We are now. We are live.
Hey, live.
Yeah, episode 34 of Candlekeep Mysteries, if you'd believe it. Yeah, on to we're pretty stuck into this mystery now that we kind of got started on last week after meeting a ghostly spectre from inside a book named Sarah, pleading for help for solving a unsolved mystery of the Yellowcrest family that once resided in Waterdeep. The house people, I don't know what are they, butlers, maids, all of those guys. They were found, but the family were unfortunately not, which you did find out. Yeah, but you kind of traveled to Waterdeep and you started asking around. You started off by meeting up with Glitter, where you also picked up a diamond. Definitely worth 300 gold pieces at the very least. You have a receipt. So yeah, that can be used for a resurrection. And then you kind of asked around regarding that, and they said they would have a look into things and see if they could send you any information. Then you tracked down someone who you put onto named Vekan. It took a while since you didn't quite know where they resided, but you had a clue, and you bought a map at the market and found the street, and then after a little bit of questioning from a local eclair enthusiast, you managed to find their house. You confirmed that the bodies of the servants were found, but the family were not. You found out that there is a new family currently residing in the house, which you found out was on Delzurin Street. They are the Falgast family. And that the Yellowcrest family also had a number of businesses. And I would say, just as you were leaving where you are now, you have the little fluttering of the magical paper from Glitter found you, confirming some things you already know, but giving you kind of locations of these businesses. There's 3 cobbler shops, there's 2 leather worker shops, and 2 tanneries that are still owned by Lord Vialis, who is presumably dead or something like that? Question
Oh, I
mark.
thought we were told he moved to a different town.
That is something you did find out. So moving on, Yellowcrest family used to worship and heavily donate to Saloon, but they kind of stopped doing that, and a little bit after that, that's when the deaths happened. So you did go on to the House of the Moon and meet with Nanitha Soaril, who was the head of the temple, and they kind of gave you a little bit more information that was not really public knowledge or part of the rumor mill. You found out that Lord Vialis apparently at some point before or after relocated to a nearby town south of Waterdeep named Greenfast. And there were heavy rumors of Lord Vialis being involved in cult related activities, which tracks with what Sarah and her final entry in her diary indicated. And also there's plenty of rumors currently that the road to Greenfast is quite dangerous. Words of robberies and people going missing and all of that. So I believe that's where we left off. So yeah, you guys head out of the House of the Moon, and that's when you kind of get that letter from Glitter, which kind of indicates the locations of the businesses that are still under the control of Lord Vialis, and they are down in the trade wards back towards the south of Waterdeep. So they'll be dotted around there, so you can investigate those as well. I think that is there, and the original house of the Yellowcrest family are the 2 places currently that are on your list of sleuthing locations. Yes. So yeah, I'll unpause and you guys can pick up there. All right.
So
So
now,
where do we want to go first?
I say we check out these establishments that seem to still be running, even though the owner has disappeared.
Do you want to hit the old yellow crest manor first, just since it's kind of on the way, so that we're not having to like go down and then come back up?
For a moment, I thought you were offering me drugs for a second. But I don't see any problem with it as Kenoran. What about you guys?
I'm not really sure what
Not sure what I
drugs
can
are.
add. I'm not sure I can add. I'm not good sneaking.
Oh, you don't need to worry about sneaking. I've got it covered. I think it's best to go to the manor first.
Don't know if you can cover rolling a 1.
So yeah, if you want to head to the manor, you passed it on the way to the House of the Moon. It's just over here on Dalzarin Street.
And the new occupants are in. They do what for like a business?
Uh, you don't know. You just know that they're a new upper crust family that have taken up residence in the house legitimately. And they seem to be perfectly normal, stand-up, rich person family.
Yeah, well, so was the other family before,
Yeah.
things got weird.
So how would we approach this? Are we investigators who asking to see the house? I doubt people of that caliber would just let us mosey on in unless we have a name for ourselves.
Well, that's why we got this letter from the House of the Moon.
And do they acknowledge the House of the Moon?
I don't know, but it lends some authority, I would think.
Just, try to keep things cool. I'll follow your leads, but let's not get extreme on this. If they don't let us into their house, it is their house. We'll find a different way.
We'll find a different way in.
We'll find a different something. I'm not gonna make that call. I'm following your lead.
As I feel as if I'm rubbing off on you.
I just really don't feel qualified to take the lead on this one.
Very well,
Dark.
then let us go.
Dark, spooky caves and crypts. I'll be glad to take the lead.
Is all this in order, Kenoran, with Candlekeep procedure?
Yeah, for now it is, yes.
Very well, then let us be on our way.
Alright, so yeah, you went past the house, so you know where it is. It's kind of just over here, where Chadwick is. So yeah, you guys head...
Chadwick takes the lead, huh?
Yeah, if you let him, you can be the spearhead of the operation, sure. But yeah, so yeah, you guys head through the streets, still within the C ward, and kind of make your way over to the house. Quite a lot of fancy looking places here. Seems to be a very well-to-do area. And you approach the house. Yeah, easily located now that you know where it is.
Are people in Waterdeep superstitious?
Some of them probably, yeah. It's a very pretty sizable, very vibrant and diverse city, so you're bound to find someone who believes at least something regarding something that they believe in.
Well, Salam, how about we do this? We enter under the guise of you well, not the guise, but you being a prophet of Saloon, and you come in to bless this home after the expiration of the prior occupants.
Maybe the expiration of the prior blessing as well. Make up for the difference of time.
And thus the House of Saloon saw it fit that they send one of their followers to come and re-sanctify this domain to make sure there's no ill-forgotten spirits lingering about.
Okay.
Well, very well. I thought that you would have attested a bit, but I like this.
I mean, it sounds like a good plan to me.
He kind of cleans up his pants, make sure there's no mud on his boots because you don't want to track it in their home.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we?
After you.
And Kane will knock on the door.
Alright, so you approach the door, your group in tow, and you knock on the door with your fist, or perhaps there's a very grandiose looking door knocker on there, and you wait a moment, and then you hear the faint footsteps grow towards the door, and then there is a click as the door unlocks and opens, and standing in the doorway you see what looks to be a very well dressed maid. Greetings. I was not expecting any appointments or visitors at this time. This is Fargast Manor. How can I be of your assistance to you?
Kane take his hat off and kind of tip it. Good day to you. Sorry to intrude, but we are coming with a prophet of the House of Saloon as a good gesture, and we do not have an appointment, but we wish to see maybe the lord or the lady of the house, because the House of Saloon would like to offer a seance, given the history of this home and of one of its old followers, to bless this home, to make sure there's no evil spirits or there's no ill wills to be lingering in this domain.
Okay. So she gives you a little curtsy in return. And she says, I'm afraid, but the head of the family are out on business at the moment, and as a seance, you say, from Prophets of Saloon. Yeah.
Yes, we have the letter right here if you'd like to see it.
A letter regarding what?
Proof that we are who we say we are.
Oh,
and the importance of this mission indeed.
Regarding a supposed spirit in the house, yes?
Yes.
I'm not aware of any.
Oh, but usually you're not until it's too late, and this is why we are here, to make sure that nothing happens to the wonderful Falgast family.
The thing about spirits, they're tricksy.
I suppose they are, but we've been here for some time now, and I believe there was some tragedies quite some number of years ago, but I believe we would have come across something by now, surely. And if you are calling due to that tragedy, 5 years is a rather long time to wait to finally come and cleanse the place, surely not?
Well, we've recently come across some new information regarding the acts that happened here, and it appears that it was cult activity. So that is why we are coming at this late date, as we have just learned information that the goings-on here may have been more nefarious than we originally thought.
Gossip. Very interesting. Feel free to do a perception check.
Perception?
Yeah. Perception or insight.
Dice hit my dice.
Come on, man.
I hate when
saw
that
that.
happens.
12, 13, that's perfectly fine. So you've probably come across like maids, butlers before, and you know they usually hold themselves quite proper and stiff. This one did seem to have that kind of demeanor at the start, but they seem to be kind of slipping, especially at the possible opportunity of new gossip, and also perhaps as you kind of get closer, or maybe the wind hits the right direction, you get the faintest smell of wine coming from her. So yes,
He's a drunk. Ugh. Uncivilized.
Yeah, so she's oh, gossip, you say? New information? Oh, very interesting. Yeah. So what is this new tidbit of information?
Well, this is the kind of information that you can't just repeat on the street. And Kane will kind of get a little quieter, try to show that like
And
he
she
doesn't want
leans
people
in.
overhearing.
She leans in and she says, "Oh, it would be good to be the only one to know this."
Perhaps we could tell you over another drink.
Oh, another? Perhaps.
We had a few this morning, you know. Why start the day without a buzz? And he'll give her a wink.
I suppose the cellar is due another inspection. Yes, we have some. You cannot stay too long though, because I'm sure the masters will be back shortly, and I do enjoy my employment here. Yes, do come on inside. I will fetch some general refreshment for you, and but yes, don't go wandering off too far. And she welcomes you in and leads you to kind of like a drawing room kind of guest area where the house would presumably kind of come have guests just to come in for a chat, but nothing too prolonged. So she leads you into there and says that she'll be back shortly with some refreshment, and she heads on out.
Well,
I will point to. I'll point to Kinoran and send him a message. And you'll hear in your head, all right, well now, darling, what do you think is the next step should be? You can reply to this message.
And he'll say, I find it rather odd that the maid is drinking during working hours. Something seems off. I don't remember how long message is allowed.
Like 25 words.
Something like that, yeah.
Just keep pressing.
I stand up. How long do you think she'll be? Shall we start poking around now?
Kane's gonna look around just to make sure there's no one around, or anything that stands out, like a painting from moving eyes or some weird shit.
Yeah, you could do a perception check.
Yeah, I was about to say, Kinora wants to like look around, see if he hears any other people walking around.
Yeah, 14. And Kieran, you can do the same.
Sure.
Oh wow, yeah. So this is quite a large house. Perhaps you hear the distant movements of either the maid or some other of the help, kind of tending to their normal duties. You can hear the passers-by on the outside as well, and you can, if you kind of stick your head out and listen down the corridor, you kind of follow the slight sounds of tinkling of glass as there's a door that is slightly ajar and presumably leads down into the cellar, and you kind of crane your neck and you can hear someone preparing some glasses of wine or something along those lines. It doesn't seem like anyone's overly close, but there's probably other people in the house, not necessarily the owners, but other kind of staff.
Excellent. Okay.
Do you think she noticed that there's 5 of us?
I mean,
Definitely. But we can
board.
always say we sent one out to check the perimeter as a security precaution.
You can make somebody invisible, right, Kane?
Oh, darling, you know my trick so well.
It is rather odd, but perhaps we can charm her?
Have these abilities.
I don't need magic to do that, darling.
I'll leave it to your expertise then, but we have backups then.
I warm up my casting fingers.
Worst comes to worst, I could always offer to read her future. I feel like this one would probably like that quite a bit.
I believe that would work.
Okay, so you probably have a moment or so to prepare anything, a charm spell, or make
Yeah,
someone invisible or something.
I'm gonna prepare inflict wounds.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, she'll never see it coming. So, Kane, are you going to make someone invisible, or are we just going to use the charm spell from Azza?
I don't think we're using the charm spell.
Okay.
Yeah, I will make. I don't know if I should make Kinoran or Asa invisible.
Probably Kinoran.
You know I can be invisible snake.
Azza would still be loud.
Yeah, that's. All right, yeah. So I will.
This is a very true statement. Very
It is.
I'll
fair.
cast invisibility on Kinoran.
Okay, so Kieran will go invisible. Let's just
Yeah, I would say before he would do that, Kinoran would use Pass Without Trace.
Okay. Sure.
That way it doesn't, because I think casting a spell while invisible burns it up. So
Yeah.
Unless it's
Yeah,
greater
so you'd-
invisibility, yeah. I think.
Yeah, I didn't take greater invisibility.
That's fair. Alright, so Kieran, you start casting your own spell, and then once you're ready, you give Kane a nod, and he casts his spell.
all right.
And then you are silent and invisible. Yes. Unless she has a devil's sight or something, she probably won't be able to notice you, I imagine.
And if
Alright.
she does, that's a red flag.
Yes. Alright, so kind of just about maybe a couple moments after you finish this, she will return. Akina, and you could go before or after she returns if you wanted.
How do the thing where like he's like leaning up against the wall, and like as soon as she passes him, he'll like slide in case she like closes the door or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So she comes in, and she opens the door, walks in, and you see her placing the wines down on a table, and then she turns around to head towards the door again. So if you wanted to slip out before the door's closed, now would be your chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, you slip on out. I probably don't really need to ask you to roll stealth with Pass Without Trace and Invisibility. But yeah, sure, roll, and why not? see how crazy it
Nat
is.
ones.
Stealth. All right. Right.
Yeah, so 20 and Invisibility, no sound, no trace at all, nothing. So yeah,
Crazy.
Keenerin, you slip on out, and everyone,
Nice grandpa slippers.
yeah, no one knows if you're
All
still
the
in the
noise.
room or if you've left. They have no idea unless they use some magic to see you through as you're invisible. Anyway, she closes the door, turns around, and then starts handing out wines, and then she suddenly stops and looks around and says, "Oh, I believe there were 5 of you, yes?" Yes, so,
Yes, we had to send one out just to make sure nobody was snooping around the premises. We like to be diligent in our procedures.
yeah. Would have appreciated if you told me so before, but you do seem trustworthy.
Oh, I
They'll be
apologize.
back,
We were
and
just
don't be thirsty.
caught up in conversation with you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, how rude of us. We never introduced ourselves and we never got your name. I'm
Ah,
Salam.
indeed. I am Arnulf. I am the head maid of this household.
Could you spell that, please?
Arnulf.
Arnloaf?
Arnulf.
Armloaf.
Arnulf.
Ah, I had forgotten Germany was a part of the setting.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Pretty name. I haven't heard that one before.
Yes, I believe it is quite unique, even within Waterdeep, with all of its diversity. And the rest of you?
I am Kane, and it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And you kiss the back of her hand.
Oh, a charmer.
I'm Aza.
Yes, pleasure.
Pleasure.
And Cho says, I'm Chadwick. Yes, and your friend who stepped out?
Senior Biscuits.
Senior Biscuits. I thought I was the one with the peculiar name here, but okay. Azza, you were trying to say something before, I think. What was it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Alright, so maybe she seems a bit more on edge after the disappearance of one of you, but then she soon continues and starts to sip heavily from her cup, and she's kind of keeping Keeneran's in her other hand as well. So, something about a seance or a cleansing?
Yes.
Well, how would that work? I don't believe I've been a part of one or even seen one before.
Well, it would involve going room to room and burning some incense and calling any nefarious spirits and then vanquishing them or banishing them back to where they come from.
Yes, okay, but what kind of incense are we talking? Nothing too strong, I believe. I would hope. I believe our master has quite the sensitive nose. Wouldn't want to set any of his allergies off.
Nothing too strong.
Hmm.
Yeah, she sips from her wine and mulls things over. Yes.
Did you know the bit of gossip that we were going to tell you? Did you know that the previous man of the house here was actually involved in cult activity?
The Lord, the owner? What was his name? Vialis, I believe. Oh, cult, you say? Ah. Interesting. I had heard the previous owners. They were all killed in just a single one night. It was quite horrific. Yes. The details were never really made public, but I have my connections I was able to pull on, and there were rumors. Lady Maria and her 3 children, and they were all the servants as well, were stabbed to death and even had their tongues pulled or cut out, if you would believe it. Some ceremony or fetish, I do not know.
Exactly. Not killed. Sacrificed.
Yes. Some believe even as well that the whole family died, but I hear that Lord Vialis survived, if you'd believe it. Apparently he was away on business conveniently.
Do you
How
know
tragic.
where he is? Have you heard where he is now?
No, I believe he still has some tanneries, leatherworkers, or some trades businesses, but I'm sure if he were to return, he would have been apprehended and questioned, and I would have heard of that. So either they died and the rumor was false, or they did leave and have not returned, even though the businesses still have their shops and business and are thriving well enough.
And there was even another rumor that probably slipped your grasp. That in the same night of all these horrific killings, they used the blood of their victims to bind their soul into books so they can
Oh,
summon them at will.
that
And
certainly
King will
is
kind of
cultish.
pull out the maid's book, the maid's journal, and he'll let her read one page, like a page just talking about like the Lord.
She'll gasp and then she'll like just start intensely looking and reading, kind of biting her lip and her eyes are wide. She's like loving this. And then you'll kind of
I'll
just snap it
burn.
closed or something.
I'm gonna burn a sorcery point while she's reading it and cast message on her. And I'm gonna try to make myself sound feminine and be like, unhand me.
What? Unhands me.
Acting as if the book is talking to her and the book has a bound spirit.
Oh, okay, I get you. She'll like gasp and she'll like stumble backwards. It is possessed. And then she drinks heavily. What you said
see,
was
and
true.
exactly, and this is the
Various.
reason why we are here.
Yes, yes, yes. You expect her to be looking fearful, but she's loving this. Yeah. So yes, yes, yes. Ooh, good thing you sent your friends out to patrol. We wouldn't want anything to go wrong. Oh yes. So ooh. Yeah, this is certainly getting my heart racing. And she's like moved on to the second glass of wine now.
Exactly. This is. I didn't mean to startle you. We like to take precautions and tie up any other loose ends before we start. And now that we are all more comfortable with each other, may I even say friends, even, now we could continue on with what we need to do.
Ah, yes, the cleansing. I will need to escort you, of course, but yes, I can
Of
take you
course.
room to room. There are quite a few though, so it may take some time. So yes, we shall finish our drink and then get to work. So while this has been going on, Keenerin, what have you been doing?
Just generally looking about. Seeing if anything stands out. Maybe locate like if there's like an office or something like that. Find some documents or something he can look through real fast.
Yeah, you could probably roll investigation or perception as you look around the house, and we'll maintain your previous stealth roll.
Let's do. I'm a little better at perception. Oof.
11. Okay, so you go around the establishment, you find other house workers going about their business. There's someone dusting shelves, there's another ironing clothes, and there's a cook at work as well. Yeah, but everything seems to be in order as far as you can see. Yeah, it seems to just be a very normal household. You can't find anything that were to stick out in any way.
Okay. Yeah, and then he would just kind of maybe saunter over to the next room and peer inside. Just look around, see if he finds any like locked doors.
There might be a one locked door that might lead to somewhere private, or maybe a study or office or some sorts, something like that. But it's not like a heavy lock. It's just a relatively normal lock and key kind of business.
He'd probably maybe make his way back towards the door that he had first come in through and like listen in to see if he can hear where the conversation is at, kind of.
Um, you probably look around. There's quite a few rooms, so you're creeping around as well. So it probably takes you a little bit to cover all the rooms that you are able to get to. So you kind of come back towards the tail end of the conversation. As they're kind of finishing their drinks.
Yeah, he might kind of just like wait and wait for them to start doing their walkthrough, and then he'll probably just kind of follow them.
Okay, yeah. So you wait a moment, and then yeah, we kind of go back to the main group, and everyone has finished their drinks, and she gathers them up and says, "I'll take these I'll take these to the kitchen to be cleaned, and then I'll return, and we can start the ceremony to cleanse the home. So I'll be back in just a minute." And she walks out. She opens the door, heads off to the kitchen. She'll close the door again, but Keenan, you could slip inside if you wish to.
Actually, actually, he would probably follow her to the kitchen just to see if she says anything to, maybe if there's somebody in the kitchen or something, if she trades words.
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah.
So
Har, har.
she'll head to the kitchen. She'll hand off the wine glasses and tray to the staff in there, and says, "Our guests will be doing a walk around. Nothing to concern you. Just a cleansing. Just business as usual. No need to raise any concerns. It will take a mere moment." Yes, and she heads back to the main room.
Okay, Kira and I'll follow her.
And then she gets back to the room. She opens the door and says, "If we are all ready, we can start the ceremony. I presume you have the incense prepared?"
I do.
Very good. Is it like one of those ones that you put in the metal ball that you swing around? Whatever they're called.
Sensors, actually.
Sensor. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Alright, cool. So yeah, she will lead you to each room as you go. You go to, yeah. Keenan, you're able to follow, no problem. Yeah. So she takes you to each room, and she kind of gestures for you to go in.
I believe we should start with the master bedroom where the Lord Vialis was. We have heard that is where the negative energies are most likely to be.
If you say so. I was going to go just the closest one first, but yes, we can start there. And she leads you upstairs and to a presumably the master bedroom of the house, and she opens the door, gestures for you all to go in there. "Please keep your hands to yourselves, just leave everything as it is, and just carry out the ceremony, and then once we are concluded, we'll move on to the next room." And she kind of just waits at the door for everyone to go about their business.
Sweet sword.
What?
Legendary Vorpal Blade.
My bad. My daughter was shanking me.
Oh, okay.
She had a sword.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, so I'll just start like humming and shit, just making it sound like I'm doing something. As I kind of go around, and I'm gonna be trying to perceive if there's any like negative spaces or anything where there could be like a hidden anything that might have been here previous to the current owners that might have something in it.
And we'll try to keep her distracted
sort of
by
like-
explaining what Salam is doing
Okay.
Like the reason for the sensor and all this stuff. Like he doesn't really know, but he's just saying whatever he feels it's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, what are you saying about Salam's holy um, goings on?
That
Mm-hmm.
that the smoke is supposed to repel evil spirits and bad energy. And that the humming is supposed to make him one with his god and channel their divine power into him. So that way if he casts any spell, she won't be caught off guard because, hopefully she thinks this is part of the ritual.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so she's kind of she was watching Salam for at first, but then her gaze kind of drifts and she starts listening to you very intently. Yeah, so yeah, Salam, you can roll perception.
Okay. Oh, fuck you.
You look
May I,
around, there's...
Since I'm not doing anything, can I just try to make a quick scan of the room myself, just
Yeah,
from like
of
the
course, everyone can, if they're looking around. So
Like,
perception if you're just
inspiration.
looking, investigation if you want to get hands on and start going through stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll just. Just scanning from the door.
Mm-hmm.
I just have
Okay.
a feeling that if I use my inspiration, it's going to be another battle, so I'm going to save it.
Okay, so Salam, you don't really notice anything. It seems to be quite a standard room. Yeah, there's a kind of closet. There's like a chest of drawers, a writing desk. There's a bedside cabinet. Asa, you kind of see the same things, but you kind of notice that the bedside cabinet has a lock on it, which isn't too out of place, but you don't really notice anything that would indicate a hidden compartment or secret door.
I put my hand gently on Kane. When he turns to me, I give him a shake. Not saying anything.
About halfway through going through the room, just kind of like under my breath in between like hums and stuff like that, I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna make it sound like there's ominous whispers coming from the room.
All right. Do you need to have a specific point? Well, you could just do like a central object in the room, or just a certain point. But yeah, you can do that. So yeah, I don't know if there's any kind of componenty bit, but
It's just verbal, so that's
verbal.
why
Yeah,
I
you
said,
can just
like,
kind
in
of like
between.
you kind of switch to that, and yeah, Arnulf is not really paying much attention to you, but then she's kind of in conversation with Kane, but then she kind of pauses and gasps and says, "Do you hear that, Kane? Are they here?"
Why, yes, the presence is much stronger than we anticipated.
She starts to fan herself. Hello, spirits? Are you there?
Wait, you can't just call out to them. Sometimes that aggravates them.
They may ravish me. Oh.
Don't
For a
worry.
look.
We'll protect you from that. The Kane will kind of try to like hold her.
I think Kane's gonna be doing the ravishing.
Yes.
Gotta make up for the Yanti, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she kind of holds on to you, Kane. Yeah.
This girl's definitely prettier than the Yanti.
Wow. All right. So yeah, she holds on to you, Kane. She's like, oh, should we leave an offering to them, perhaps?
No, that would only encourage them to come back.
Yeah. So what's the procedure to rid this spirit from here?
I'm just gonna start chanting.
Mm-hmm.
like, in the name of Saloon, I call on these spirits. Be gone! Be gone, evil spirits. And then I'm just gonna kind of start like mumbling, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna cast thaumaturgy again, and I'm gonna have like a little like rumble of thunder like come into the room,
Mm.
and then I will say like "be gone" one more time, and then the thunder will cut out.
So there's audible gasps from Arnulf, and when it cuts out, there's a pause, and she says, "Are they gone?"
From this room, yes.
Oh, there may be more.
There very well could be more.
Mm.
The massacre, we're told, was extensive.
Well, there were only so many people in the house, but if you say so, I suppose it could have spanned and across the entire house and taken all night. Who knows?
Well, how many people do you currently have working in the house right now?
Including myself, there's 6 members of staff.
Yeah, so if you count them and then the family, that's at least 10 members.
Mm,
10 deaths is a lot for one house.
is it? Okay, if you say so.
It is definitely a lot for one house.
Anything more than 4 is considered a mass stabbing.
Oh, okay. I'm not the expert, but I'll believe you. Um, all right. So yeah, she says, if we are concluded with this room, we can carry out the cleansing with the rest of the house. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So she'll take you throughout the rest of the house, and you can do the same thing. There's not really much else to be kind of found here, though.
Is
Other-
there like an office or something like that?
There will be an office,
Like
so she takes you through the rest of the places, and then she takes you to the kind of office of the current lords, and she says, usually we are not permitted to come in here. However, as the head house keeper, I do have a key. I do need to maintain its cleanliness, but yes, it is paramount that you touch and disturb nothing in here. It's just various business documents and whatnot. But yes, we must cleanse the
course.
entire house. So
A
she
little,
leads you in.
a little unsettling might come just with the resistance of the spirits. I'd understand that, but we'll be sure not to drive them through the windows.
Yes, I'm sensing strong energies emanating from this room, so just prepare yourself for anything.
Okay. So yeah, she leads you in. It's a little bit small, but you can all kind of squash on in there. It's a kind of office for one person and maybe the accompaniment of a guest. So nothing too grand, but you can all just about fit in.
A little tight.
So yeah, you again start cleansing this room.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start cleansing this room, and a little ways into it, I'm gonna do the whole thaumaturgy thing again and make the whispers come out, and then I am going to cast sleep on Arnulf.
Okay. All right. So the whispers start, and then you cast. How
Keenan will
does?
add to it. Keenan will add to it by like any like cabinets he'll grab and like start shaking them and
Oh, okay.
like maybe like starts like slapping papers off the desk and sending them up into the air.
She gasps and starts panicking at the disturbance of all the papers and rooms. And maybe what's the sleep spell? How's that work? Is it quite verbal and visual?
Yeah. So it's verbal, somatic, and material, but I just use my my holy symbol for the material aspect because it doesn't have anything with a cost. So
Okay.
I'm just doing the same sort of stuff I've been
Yeah.
doing this whole time with hand movements and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've been being extra theatrical on purpose
Oh,
so that I
okay.
could hide
Yeah.
any sort of spells.
Yeah, so maybe she would see, but she doesn't really take much notice, and she's kind of like just, oh, this is your thing, and she's quite preoccupied with everything being thrown everywhere. So yeah, you cast a sleep on her. So does she get a saving throw? Oh no, it's just
Nope.
hit points based, isn't it?
It's just based on hit points, yeah.
So yeah, roll your hit pointy thing. Yeah, she kind of takes one step forwards and then just like hits the floor like a bag of rocks. She is out cold.
All right, guys, we have 1 minute to search this place, and then she's going to wake up. I figure we can tell her that the spirits overcame her and she passed out.
Yeah, makes sense to me. I'll do that. I'll very vigorously investigate.
It was an audible thunk as well as she kind of just like hit the floor.
Could we try to? Could I like try to catch her so that there's no like thunk or anything?
Please,
I'm
Kane
guessing
taught her like a true gentleman.
that's true. Kane, or whoever's close, you could do a what's it? Dexterity saving or dexterity check to try and catch her. Maybe you get advantage as well as you're so adept at catching women as they swoon and fall. But yeah, 15 would do it either way. Yeah, 15's good, so you kind of catch her so she doesn't just smash her face into the floor. So you kind of catch her and adeptly kind of just like bring her around and into a gentle landing on the floor.
So, you said investigation would be the choice for getting really up close.
Yeah, perception. I usually go perception is to look around the room. Investigation would be get hands on. So
I'm gonna help
Yeah.
Azza, so you can roll again.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so the room's a little bit of a mess now that things have been kind of disturbed by the thaumaturgy. Papers are all over the place. You can't really get any kind of heads or tails of them since they've been muddled up so much. It would take a long time, especially since this isn't something you had prior knowledge of. But you do kind of go through the room and maybe nothing regarding a secret compartment, but there is a locked drawer on the desk that seems to have maybe more of a sturdy lock than, I don't know. You'd probably have a sturdy lock for important papers, but either way, it's a locked drawer at the desk.
Can we try to take the master key from Arnulf and see if it'll open that? I doubt it, but
Yeah, you can. You take the key. Yeah, it's kind of in a side pocket. There's a number of keys on there, and you try each one, and it does not fit or it does not work on the lock, unfortunately.
How big is the box?
It's a drawer, so it's like a drawer in
it's
the
a drawer.
desk. So it's
Gotcha.
standard office drawer size, big enough for some books, papers, or supplies. Probably not big enough for any sizable body part.
Do we dare break it?
I think that might be a bit much. And Kane will keep Arnulf in his arms and pay attention if she feels like she's waking up.
Oh yeah, it's a minute, yeah?
Yeah.
So investigation, looking around, let's say that's taken 20 to 30 seconds-ish. If you wanted to be like careful to like fully comb the room. So yeah, 20 to 30 seconds, so you're probably about halfway through. But yeah, you have time to do something else if you wanted to try and pick the lock.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we just get a chime of opening?
Yes, you did. I believe it had 4 or 5 charges, I told you.
why don't we use the chime of opening? Then it'll just be unlocked, and the guy will just think that he forgot to lock it.
Possible. Yeah. Did you note down how many charges it had?
Yeah, I thought it was 5.
Yeah, 5 sounds about right.
Because I looked up the item, and I think normally it said it came with 10, but I
Yeah,
remember you
it
said
starts
it
at the most with 10, but I'd need to find the notes to double check, but it didn't have its full amount. It was 4 or
Yeah.
5. 5 sounds about
I
right.
think it was 5, yeah.
So yeah, 5 charges,
yeah,
and
I've
then
got it
it
right
doesn't
here,
get
it's
any
5.
back once it finishes all of its charges. It's finished, unless there's some way to recharge it. I'm not sure.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Whatever we do, we must be expedient about it. There's not much time left.
Indeed.
Okay. I'm gonna take the chime of opening, and I'm gonna use it on the drawer.
All right. So you take the chime and you chime it, and there's a strong tinkling of chimes as you strike it, or kind of run your hands along it, whatever the chime is shaped as, I don't know. And it kind of echoes around the room, and you're kind of focused and directed it towards the lock, and the sounds seem to warp and then kind of focus in on the drawer, and you hear a audible click as the chimes finish.
Okay. What's in the drawer?
So you open up the drawer, you find a sizable coin purse, you find a small box, and then a stack of papers. A cursory glance indicates it's something to do with money or accounting. If you wanted to kind of go through them, it would take a kind of check.
Let's check the box first.
So it's quite a small box. You pop it open and you see a mysterious powder inside.
Would any of my sort of like
You're
alchemy or herbalist training kind of let me know what this powder might be?
Yeah, you're probably you'll probably be able to identify it. It's like the D&D equivalent of cocaine.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I don't know, cocaine, some sort of drug. Yeah.
Hell of a drug.
Yeah, and then there's a coin purse, and then there's the papers. Looks like some sort of accounting, something to do with money. If you wanted to quickly rifle through it, you could do a intelligence check on it.
Does somebody want to help me with this? Is there somebody else in here?
Yeah, Kinoran will help. He's been quiet, but he'll tap Salam on the shoulder and whisper like, "I'm here."
Mm-hmm.
Do you wanna go through these papers real quick? You'll probably be quicker at it than me.
I'll give it a try. Yes. And he'll
Chadwick
take
is
the stack
also
of papers and
a professional
Kinda.
page turner.
I'll kind of help him go through it. Oh yeah, what about fucking Chadwick?
Chadwick can
us?
help out. Yeah, Chadwick can. Oh yeah, you rang, and he'll come in, and he say, "Yeah, I can help out Keenerin, or Keenerin can help out me."
yeah, I'll probably help Chadwick.
Okay, so he'll look at it with advantage. $15. He's kind of looking through it. This isn't really my expertise, accounting.
Wouldn't it be investigation?
So investigation or intelligence to get heads or tails of it. Either way, he passes the check. So he's like, oh, it's just accounting. This doesn't really add up. Huh. Seems like he might be cooking his books or something. Yeah, something doesn't add up. He's up to something, hiding money, trying to dodge tax, embezzlement. I don't know. Either way, this doesn't add up. Yeah, this guy's hiding something. Whether it's related to our investigation, I don't know. But yeah,
We should probably take some proof of it then, real quick, huh?
I would say at this point, Arnulf will uh, start to stir.
Is she still in the room, or did you guys take her out?
Kane, did we take her to a sitting room?
Because I was just gonna cast sleep on her again, so we had more time. And
I,
you didn't
I,
take her out.
I wasn't. Listen, Kane is not the strongest. He ain't gonna be dragging nobody around.
Yeah.
Well, I would
I
be
was just,
helping her.
I was just holding her so she don't hit
Yeah,
the
I
ground.
didn't hear you say you removed her, so I'll say she's
Plus, I was
still
talking
in
to
the
you
room.
guys, so we'll still be in the
Well,
room.
Yeah.
I
So.
put it in chat because
Oh,
you
did
two
you?
were so involved in
Oh
the
yeah. If Kane
discussion.
agrees, I would grab her by the legs. All right. So if Kane did agree, you could kind of carry her
It's
out.
whatever. If you wanted her to be there, it sounds like there's an alternative already.
So we can, since you did say in chat, we can retroactively, if Kane agreed, you could have taken her out of the room to somewhere else.
I mean, Salam would probably tell you guys to stop if he saw you trying to take her out of the room, because we don't know if there's going to be other people out in the hall that could potentially see. Like, we have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as
Yeah,
well.
I was gonna roll to see if that would happen. That would have been hilarious if you just seen
she's
carrying
fainted.
the
She needs to be
unconscious
taken.
head maid.
She needs to be taken to the fainting room.
The fainting room, as
You
all
know,
good
things
houses
are
have.
as always, high class houses have fainting rooms.
Yeah, so just as Chadwick is finishing, kind of coming to this conclusion, you see Arnulf start to stir, and her eyes start to flutter awake.
I'm going to cast sleep on her again.
Alright, so yeah, you blast her with another wave of sleep. You literally cannot fail, but sure. Yeah, she starts to stir and she says, what? And then, like, bam, she is just out cold again.
All right, we have one more minute. We found some evidence of like embezzlement, or this guy is cooking the books, or something. I think we should take some proof of it. Chadwick, which papers do you think would present the best case?
Yeah, we can probably take a sample of the most recent ones. Or, I mean, the more the better, but we're either taking it all, or I don't know how, we don't really have time to make a handwritten copy.
No, I don't think we have time to make copies.
Unless he has a spell that does that, I don't think so.
I think a more recent page would be more noticed.
We
Yeah.
can
True.
prestidigitation. You could make a copy of it as a trinket that lasts an hour.
Can you?
I mean, that's one of the things, an hour-long trinket.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I just figured that trinket could be like a piece of paper that has the same words.
Sounds like a lot for prestidigitation, honestly.
Yeah, that's
Prestidigitation is one of those spells that does more than you think it does.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like, accounting documents aren't really what I would call a trinket, though. Yeah, I didn't know that was the thing you could do with prestidigitation, though. Because yeah, a trinket and then like a copy of an accounting ledger is quite different, in my opinion.
Well, I tried. I don't even know if anyone in this group has prestidigitation.
I think probably Chadwick does.
It's a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know, he doesn't actually have that.
Oh wow.
It's
Not a
super
very good
basic.
wizard.
Yeah, I kind of gave him more like offensive spells, but yes, I could give him prestidigitation. But yeah, that
something,
won't
though.
quite work for making a copy of an accounting document.
I tried.
So yeah,
Just
you
quickly
could.
dot down the names and the dates, and that should be enough.
All right. So Chadwick, he could quickly kind of make some rough notes of like dates
there's-
and stuff.
There's 5 of us, so why don't we all make notes of different papers real quick, and then we'll have multiple, sets of them.
Yeah.
I was
So
thinking
you
a
can.
camera would be so handy right
You
now.
can do that. You can make notes of the cooking of the books, but obviously it's notes. It's not an original copy, but it could
And
be
then
evidence
I
that
think we
could
should-
start an investigation if you got the.
I think I think we should take like out of the older stack, like maybe like 2 or 3 sheets of paper that would kind of corroborate the notes and
Mm.
show that there's a pattern of like embezzlement or fraud
Mm.
going on.
Okay.
Because then
Yeah.
he probably won't notice like older ones as opposed to newer ones.
It depends. How attentive he is. His room has been disturbed,
Well,
so he might
he
look,
is
but
on drugs, so
that's true. So I'd do a roll for him off camera. But yeah,
But it is
so.
cocaine.
So yeah, you take notes of some important dates with Chadwick's direction. Then you take 1 or 2 copies from some of the older ones that hopefully won't be missed. And then you kind of finish this just as Arnulf starts to stir again. So do you close the drawer?
yeah, for sure.
And I don't know if there's any way you could lock it again.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no one has proficiency in thieves' tools to unpick a lock.
No.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you just close it. Yeah. And then how do you position yourselves? Act casual.
I
At the
was gonna say
door.
that we could kind of like surround her and be like trying to like pretend that we were trying to wake her up or whatever.
Okay, so you all gather around her.
Arnold.
Yeah, and her eyes flutter open, and she says, "How did I end on the floor? Oh, the room, the banging, the whispers. Oh, was I possessed?
You were overcome by the spirits, yes.
Oh, heavens!
But it is okay now. Like I said, we will protect you.
I didn't do anything untoward, did I? Or untoward?
No, of course not.
Well, you did promise me dinner.
I did. I mean, roll persuasion with advantage." Alright. 25. She said, "I did? Why would the spirits make me do that? But if you say so, I wouldn't want to go back on my word. When would and where would this dinner be then?"
Well, I do not want you to feel pressured if you do not feel inclined.
I mean, yes, I'm sure I could find time in my schedule. I am head of the household, but I do have some downtime. So yes, I can arrange a dinner with us, us or the whole group.
Well, all of us might be a bit much. How about we just start off with just the 2 of us?
Yes, okay. I will be in touch if you give me those deets.
Deeds.
Tell me them digits.
233 Saloon's Temple.
Right. Okay, so
Are
she.
we staying at the Weavers Guild?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't actually want to give our location, do we?
I mean,
Ooh, that's
Kane,
right, yeah.
you could just say, "Oh, I'll come pick you up at whatever."
Yeah, out to her, I'll come pick her up.
Yeah. Okay.
When we're done with our official business.
All right. That's very open-ended, but yeah. She said, Guess I'll be waiting." Yeah. So she tries to get up, and she kind of is unsteady, but she says, "I think it's best if you leave. I need to straighten up the room and try and get things in order before the master returns home. Are you finished with your
course.
cleansing?"
I believe we have gotten all of the spirits, yes.
Oh, that is most good news. And thank you for sharing the gossip. I'll try not to be too open with it. But yes, I need to straighten this the room up post haste. So I will escort you out, and Kane, I'll be seeing you hopefully soon.
I look forward to the moment.
Yes, as do I. All right. So she escorts you from the premises, gives you a curtsy and bids you farewell, and then hurries back inside to try and tidy up the mess in the office.
We're outside?
would I guess Keenerin, would you have been return like visible again during that?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
At least
Yeah,
so
he
For
after
an
would
a
be in.
hour or
spell.
so.
Yeah, an hour.
yeah, so I guess suddenly Keenerin's voice would have just like joined in on this. Maybe you would have been startled, but you would have known about him being invisible and sneaky, so it wouldn't have been too shocking. But yeah, so that's fine then. So yeah, she kind of forgets about Keenerin, and yeah, everyone is outside now. Unless Keenerin wants to stay inside.
No, he would have made his way outside.
Okay. So yeah, do you want to maintain invisibility or drop it?
He'll keep it for now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So everyone's outside. Yeah. So yeah, you found out that the Lord here is a druggie, potentially embezzling or cooking books. Whether it's related or not, you're not sure.
That's not actually a lot to go off of. This is Waterdeep. It has a reputation for dealings. I
Yes.
approve of holding on to it, but
Yeah, it would be useful to have. You have one or two originals and then notes on some of the cooking or embezzlement.
I
That,
really wanted to take his fucking coin first, but that would have been so obvious.
yeah.
Um, well, I say we hold on to this information at least for now until perhaps we can learn a little bit more about this, Lord Falgarst.
Mm,
I agree.
We don't want to do anything too hasty.
okay. Alright, so yeah, you've been going around Waterdeep for quite a bit. It's rather large, and I believe you've been walking everywhere. So, with the investigations and the walking, it's probably getting towards the evening time now. So,
Are the other shops going to be open? Do we have time to hit
some
those
shops stay
before?
open late, but the closing of business hours will probably be kind of like here by the time you get all the way down to the trade ward, because you're up at the north in the sea ward here, and you need to go all the way down to the trade ward down here, so it's quite the distance. So they would be closing up or closed by the time you arrive.
So we have to wait until tomorrow.
Well, you could break in or just see if someone is still in there. Yeah, someone might be inside even if they're closed.
What do you guys think?
we could break in. We have reasons to believe it supports a cult, right? Certainly.
Eventually. I also know that the guards, or from what I've heard, the guards here are pretty serious.
Well, many gods are pretty serious.
Here, more reasonably so. It's a massive center of trade. A lot of money comes through here.
I say we should at least case the joint out a little bit.
Okay.
Do a little walk around, see if any lights are on, and perhaps we just take it from there.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Alright, so yeah,
That's
you
reasonable.
head towards the trade wards. Thanks to Glitter, you have the addresses accompanied with the map that you bought from the market as well. You're quite easily able to navigate your way to any of the businesses. They're kind of just dotted around. There's two immediately around here. One of them is either on Scroll Street or Nethpranter's Street. So here and here you find one of the businesses. There's another one down here, Drover's Street. So there's a number of them, but yeah, they seem to be the closest. So yeah, you head on down there.
Closest one?
So yeah, let's say you go here then to Scroll Street, and you arrive. It's the shop is closed, but you can see a light on inside. Whether they're kind of just doing inventory or taking care of some work, now that open hours is finished, or something along those lines. You're not sure, but presumably someone is inside since the lights are on.
I just had an idea. We could perhaps, and I don't know if this will work, but we could perhaps knock on the door, say Lord Vialis sent us, and that he had word that there was going to be like a break-in or some criminal activity or something like that at the at this establishment, and he hired us to be guards for the evening. Could give us access. I don't know.
Pretty bold to claim that we're here to guard against robbers when we're practically the robbers.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was kind of funny.
The only issue is that what if they have communication through magical means?
That is fairly strong magic.
We're dealing with someone who sacrificed their family to get ahead.
This is true.
After dealing with the last call, I don't put anything past anyone. Remember those fingers, the hands in the box, they're holding hands? Come on now.
Was an interesting curse. Presumably there could be a night guard, but people will go home if we wait long enough.
Yeah, you could choose to stake out.
I can get in fairly easily with my magic. I can just look in through a window and pop myself in there and then unlock the door from the inside. Or unlock a window and you can all climb in, so it wouldn't be hard to break in. But do we want to be breaking in, is I think the question. That's why I was kind of going with that other idea, because then we technically wouldn't be breaking in.
Yeah, so in the trade wards you could wait for an opening, but with it being Waterdeep there will be kind of like patrols, but you'd have to make an awful racket to kind of attract their attention. Because like you maybe see like some of the local watch pass by, but it's not that often. So you could just wait for someone to pass by, then do something. So, and unless you made it really loud and did a really bad job, you'll probably be able to get in quite easily. But there are patrols in the area.
What do you guys think?
Deception's probably more tasteful than actual breaking in, I don't suppose.
Keenerin, what do you think?
It's the moral dilemma, is it not?
Chadwick's kind of giving you a sideways glance, kind of raising his eyebrows. He's like,
I mean, is it really that much of a moral dilemma if we're investigating somebody who had his entire family killed? I don't necessarily feel bad about breaking into this man's establishment. I just would like for us to avoid trouble if possible.
The law tends to be a bit more black and white, as it is.
Unless you're wealthy.
Which this person is.
We technically are too.
I don't know if it's the same thing.
We've already seen signs of foul play and wrongdoing already. Suppose we're just trying to make an informed decision on what to do next. I suppose either way is fine. Again, we're not taking anything for ourselves. We're doing it to right wrongs. I suppose that's all right. Could turn my eyes for a bit.
So, what do you think? Should we try and convince them that Lord Viala sent us, or do we break in?
Personally, I can't believe I'm saying this. I think we should make our way in once everyone leaves.
Okay, not what I expected.
I believe that there are too many ways that things can go wrong if we try and persuade them that we're here. As much as I dislike the idea of breaking and entering, I think it's our best course of action. And again, we're doing it to solve this mystery, and we're not doing it to steal or anything like that.
Yeah, we're not necessarily doing it for personal gain. We're doing it for good reasons.
Precisely.
Although, if we were to personally gain from it, I wouldn't be opposed.
I'll wait outside and keep watch. I'm not comfortable and poorly fit for breaking and entering.
Chadwick chimes in and says, "Yeah, I tried to keep myself on the straight and narrow," and he kind of just like stares at Keenan for a moment and says, "I think I'll stay outside of Bazar as well."
All right. So Azza and Chadwick, you guys would be outside.
Chadwick, do you have the message cell?
If he doesn't, I presume he should do. Yeah, you'll have that. I'll give that.
So, perhaps you can message us if anything goes awry out here and we need to hide or make a quick escape.
Yeah, I can do that unless the message doesn't reach you for restrictive purposes, stone, lead, that kind of thing. You know how it works, right?
No, but okay.
Yeah, I think
I do.
Message it's blocked by like however many feet of stone and wood or whatever. But yeah, I presume it should be fine. 1 foot of stone. Yeah. I mean, there's a big shop window, so it should be fine.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He can cast it like through a window or through a door or
Yeah.
Whatever, and then it'll travel to us.
Yeah, he's just being sassy.
Because it doesn't have to follow a straight line, so it can.
Oh, doesn't it?
No.
Okay.
A spell doesn't have to follow a straight line. It can travel freely.
Oh yeah, look at that. How about that?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so yeah, he can do that. So he'll stay outside with Azza, so let's put those guys there. So yeah, you stake out the place until you see someone leave or the lights go off. Yeah? Yeah, so it's a few hours. You kind of see guards go past. You see the same guards go past every now and then, and so they kind of see you, but they don't think you're up to no good. But they kind of go past and they kind of see you, and after the second or third pass, they kind of just look at you and say, "Evening."
Well, evening.
Alright.
Fine night.
Yep. Might fine night for abiding the law.
It's
Indeed.
always a mighty fine night for that.
Indeed. Carry on. And they just move on. So eventually you see the lights dim inside of the shop. Let's say this one is a cobbler, and then a fellow, a dragonborn, kind of steps out. You see him kind of locking up, and him and let's say an apprentice or whatever. You see them head off. They kind of see you, and they kind of just say, "Evening," and then they just kind of head on off. So yeah, it looks like it's all dark on the inside. They locked it up as tightly as a shop would be and headed off. There's still maybe people around. Maybe there's a local eatery or taverns and stuff. Then there's the odd person moving around, but it's quite late now, and there's guards every now and then. But yeah, it seems relatively quiet and dark. There's a crescent moon. How about that? Look at it. It's all crescent shaped. What's gonna come next? Who knows?
Okay, so I guess I'll go to like a window that I can see into.
Yeah, so there's the shop window, but they've kind of put some shutters down, but you could like peer through a gap and see into the room. It seems to
Okay.
be dark and vacant of anyone else.
I will Misty step inside the building.
Okay, you misty step on the inside, and you find yourself inside a room. Well, you find yourself inside the shop entrance.
I'm gonna first go to the door and see if I can unlock it from the inside or if it requires a key.
Are you perceiving, investigating, or just
Well, yeah,
going for it?
I'm gonna kind of do like a once over and make sure that there's like nobody, like waiting for me to waylay me or anything like that. But
Oh, you can't see anyone, but this is a shop. Maybe not a jewelry shop, but still a shop. So if you wanted to investigate or perception roll on the door, go for it.
oh, on the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
13. Okay, so you see the door has a heavy lock. It's been locked from the outside, and you can kind of barely make out like some kind of runes carved into the door as well.
Okay, so not the door. I'm gonna go over to the window and see if there's any similar runes around the window.
Not on the window, no.
Okay, I will unlock the window and open the window for everyone then.
Okay, so it's a bit of a tight squeeze, but people could fit in. Yeah.
Careful of the door. There's runes on it of some sort. I'm guessing some sort of trap spell or something.
Yeah. If someone's more into that, they could take a look and see if they could devise what it is. Kane has no idea. It's magic.
Kane's gonna go to the window.
Let's see. Keenan is not. Doesn't know much about Arcana. So he'll. I guess he'll make his way to the window as well.
Yeah, so you all climb in through the window. It's not really meant for entering, but you guys are pretty lithe, I would say. You're not the bulky, muscly type, so you can probably fit on in. So yeah, you find yourselves inside a cobbler's shop. various merchandise around, or tools and workstations to do cobbling things.
Is there any other doors in this room other than
Um,
the outside door?
there'll be doors into a back room where there's further supplies or workstations. And then there's
Kane
like
would,
the counter at the front.
Kane would carefully make his way to the back room and kind of put his ear up to it, see if he hears anything on the other side.
Yeah, roll
Yeah.
perception.
Salam will do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. 6, Kane. You can't hear anything. But yeah. Salam, you kind of hear and you kind of focus your senses, and you can't hear anyone inside this building other than your comrades.
Okay. I think it's clear.
There's he's gonna look at the Kane's gonna look at the door, make sure there's no arcane ruins on it or anything
No.
like that, given the first door.
Yeah, you can probably surmise that it's probably just runes to perturb robbers. It's probably quite commonplace for shops to have kind of anti-theft things, but this is just a cobbler, so it probably might not be as kind of on point with its security as like a jewelry shop or something. But
No,
yeah,
it doesn't have a magical window.
yeah. So you have a look at the room. There's a lock on it, but
Sorry, real quick, before I forget, I would have closed the window and the shutters after they came in, so
Okay.
that it looked like, like if the guards come by again,
Yeah.
they're not going to notice like an open window or whatever.
And Azza and Chadwick are actively watching the streets. Are you just loitering? Are you hidden somewhere?
I don't hide. I learned that with the hags.
Okay, so you're just kind of on a street corner.
We're lollygagging together on a corner.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Alright, so yeah, Kane, you had a look at the door to the back here.
Yeah.
Did you roll perception or investigation for that?
Here, let me roll for it.
Yeah, you can't see anything. You see a relatively normal door with a handle and key on it. Not like a big ass padlock, but a lock for a key.
With my 22 kind of looking and listening at the door, would I have been able to see anything?
I think that was more for like just hearing if there's anyone else in the room, but you've kind of spotted the runes on the front door, and you can't seem to notice anything similar on the back door.
All right, well, let's open the door then.
It's locked. There's a keyhole there.
Ah, shit.
Rather secure for a simple cobbler.
Yes. I don't want to necessarily use all of our charges on this chime of opening right away. I think it was worth it in the Balgarst estate based on what we got, but who knows if there's anything here.
I mean, this is, as you said, this is just a cobbler. It's probably just a normal lock and key, nothing grandiose, just to kind of just put off anyone who shouldn't really be in there. So
I could try to force it and then cast mending on it after.
That would be, that could do it. It's not going to be an overly complex lock in this instance. So if someone was wanting to have something more secure, then that might not work. But this is kind of just bog standard kind of stuff. So you could give that a go, as long as you didn't fucking decimate it completely.
Yeah, no.
Let me.
Go ahead.
Before you do that, let me do this, and he'll cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay, so I guess that applies to all three of you as well, yeah? Okay, so yeah, you do that.
I could have just cast. I can cast silence with if you don't want to expend your magical capabilities.
It doesn't hurt to have both.
It'll take me 10 minutes, but I can cast it as a ritual.
Yeah, you can do that. You need to make your decision on that though.
What do you think?
I just worry about as in Chadwick outside. Another guard passes. That same guard passes by, and we're not there. And we know that Taz is not the best at twisting the truth.
That's an understatement. Yes.
He's got a good heart and his head's in the right place, but I don't think he could lie very well.
All right. I'll just cast it then. I'll cast silence. Just.
Are you casting it? Alright. Yeah, you use the spell slot and cast silence. Yeah, so you focus it on the door, and yeah, all of you kind of. If there was any background noise of just general things, you kind of just get that sense of everything is now just 100% silent. Not, you can't even like hear like the beating of your own heart or anything. Everything is just completely deadly silent.
All right. Does one of you want to help me kind of carefully force this door open so that we don't do too much damage to it?
I guess that's not you speak, but I guess that's not heard.
Oh yeah. I'll fucking write that out on a piece of paper real quick.
Yeah, you probably have like some pen and paper kind of stuff, so yeah, or you could just gesture at the door.
I'll take a look at Kane.
Yeah, Kane looks
Yeah, can
maybe
help
a little
out
bit,
Salam.
maybe about as strong as a farmer or something. I don't know. He's not like commoner strength, but you know he's adventurer. He's picked some stuff up and carried some stuff, and he's walked a distance, so he's stronger than a normal person maybe. But yeah, Salam's the guy with the muscles here.
Ken would try to be the finesse to Salam's brutality, so he'll try to help him out as best he could.
Yeah, maybe you gesture towards the lock to confirm that that is the thing you need to break.
Yeah, I'll hold it for him and kind of nod towards him, and if he nods, then I'll hold it steady to make it better for him.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to kind of do that, but yeah, you give the helping action in this case. You kind of maybe direct him. I don't know. Hold his. So, I don't know if he has his flail or something in his hand. You hold something for him so he can use both hands. Yeah, I don't know. You help him.
I'll mage hand whatever he got in his hands to hold as well. So
Yeah.
with my two hands, I'm holding the lock. With my mage hand, I'm holding one of his items, so you could focus just on the lock.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, Salam, roll strength with advantage.
This is athletics, right?
I
Or
guess if you're
forcing
kind of
or-
just like you're just forcing it, you athletically force it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Almost.
I thought it was gonna be on the 4. I was gonna be so mad.
Yeah. So you kind of just you're intending to be able to mend this. So you kind of just position yourself and then just start exerting force. And you kind of feel it start to give, and then you kind of just keep pushing it and pushing it. You're not just like charging into it that might blow it off its hinges. You're just kind of just gradually increasing the strain on it, and eventually you feel something give, and the door kind of just pops open, and you kind of see that you've kind of just like you've mangled it, but you haven't decimated it.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, you could probably mend that up.
Yeah, I'll do that after we're done here.
So yeah, you enter this new room and you find what looks to be just a back office. Looking around, there's a desk, there's drawers, there's some odd supplies, and then there's also a safe inside there as well.
Oh, let's get to looking.
Yeah, it's very dark in here. Salami, you have no problem. Keenerin as well. Kane,
I
there's a
got
little.
devil eyes.
All right, yeah. I was about to say there's a bit of light coming from the cracks of the windows where the shutters aren't covering, but it would be a bit hard. But yeah, if you got devil eyes, yeah, everyone's fine.
Nice.
So yeah, you find yourself in this room. So yeah, you start perceiving or investigating. I mean, you've already clocked the desk and the desk and drawers. There's the odd supplies if you wanted to look into those, and then there's the safe as well. So this is kind of like a back office.
Found the last bit in the last desk, so that's where Kino Arnold will go.
Yeah, you find this desk. There's drawers on it, no locks, but yeah, you can start going through those drawers.
Yeah, let's just do a perception.
Perception, yeah, you see some drawers, nothing large. You would need to kind of open them to have a look. But yeah, you can open them and you kind of see there's like bits of papers in there, maybe receipts or something, and then maybe a book, a ledger of sorts, or a diary.
Yeah, I was about to say, see if we can find a ledger. Yeah, so if he sees that, he would take that.
Maybe not a ledger, but a diary of important dates, or is that the same thing?
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. You find a diary.
It's what he's looking for.
Yeah. Kane, Salam, what are you guys doing while Keenerin's doing this?
I was just gonna kind of walk around the room and see if I could perceive any like hidden, you know, areas or anything like that.
Go for it.
Kane will look for like things of magical nature, things that will possibly stand out, like I don't know, maybe curse things or anything that he feels that the Lord will have close ties to.
Okay. You can do perception, but if you're looking for something specifically magical, is your arcana higher? Let's see, perception. So for perception, you can do it as a +4. I don't know, is that a thing? I mean, perception to look for stuff, but you're looking for magical stuff that you're more knowledgeable about, so you'd get a slight bonus to that. So, but yeah. Salam, you don't find any hidey holes or anything. If there's anything hidden, or important, it will probably be inside the safe.
Okay. How sturdy does the safe look? How big is it?
It's a big metal safe, quite sturdy.
Like how tall is it?
It's not massive. It's like bigger than a shoebox.
Oh, so not terribly big.
Maybe like the size of a microwave or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Kane, yeah, you can look around as well.
Alright, you want me to do perception or
yeah, you can do perception, but I'll add like 3 more on top of it because your arcana is +4 and your perception is +1. Oh yeah. So let's see. You don't find anything cursed or anything suspiciously magical. You do notice the safe, and it's probably designed to be somewhat resistant to kind of magical attacks.
I'll just inform the group. I believe there's some kind of magical protection on this here safe.
Is it something that I could dispel?
It seems to
Well,
be more like the material is naturally resistant.
yes,
Would
I
that be
believe
like
it's like lined
adamantine
with lead.
or lead or some adamantine or lead?
I know lead. You can't like if something's
Yeah, you
in
can't
lead,
scry
you
through it.
can't scry through it, and like message can't pass through lead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's go with that then.
Yeah, there's a lead coating to protect the content on the inside.
Hmm.
That's probably relatively commonplace.
So do you think the chime of opening would work? I'd hate to waste a charge.
Would I know that? Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I guess that right?
Arcana? Yeah. You feel like to resist the chime of opening or a knock spell, there would need to be some high level runage going on to kind of counter that. This seems to be more like to just general protection.
Yeah, the charm should work flawlessly.
Do we use another charge of it?
Well, we can see if it's just material, coin, papers. Maybe there might be information on the whereabouts of the survivors. They did say that the rest of the family wasn't found, correct? Or that the wife.
Keenerin, are you going to start going through the diary?
Yeah, he would have. He would have done that when he pulled it out.
Okay, let me just double check this.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of pour through the diary. There's kind of odd notes of appointments and whatever, or deliveries. One thing kind of stands out to you though, that every 10 day there seems to be a set kind of X that seems to be kind of consistent. There's no detail as to what it is, but it's kind of a reminder that every 10 day this thing happens. And
Okay.
you can see that according to this, it should be coming up in 2 days' time.
Yeah, so he'll kind of looking at it as they're maybe poring over the safe. Keenan will kind of in a hushed whisper just be like, "It seems as if they have a reminder every 10-day here. It's coming up shortly. And perhaps something happens."
Everything else seems very normal.
Yeah, it's a very clean book. Everything seems to be in order. I don't see anything out of place, but this X, this reminder, there's no indication what it means. Everything else is thoroughly detailed. I think something happens.
Well, do we perhaps not want to mess with the safe right now then? Because we'll have no way of relocking it, so they will know that somebody was in here. So that might throw off whatever's happening in 2 days. We could wait for the 2 days, see what happens, and then if we have to, we could always come back and open the safe then.
Is it a spin lock? I believe that you just have to close it and just give it a twirl, and it relocks.
Oh, really? Is it like that, or is it one with the key?
I didn't decide.
I don't know. Keenorn's not sure.
Is a spin lock a thing in Forgotten Realms? I don't know. It's a usual safe. I didn't really decide. Let's flip. I'll flip a coin. So let's see. /roll 1d2. 1, it's a key. 2, it's a spin lock thing. So it's a key. So presumably the owner or manager of sorts has the key on them.
Yes, if it's a key, then I say we leave it. Just too much. We're not trying to leave back any evidence.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well,
But
is there
yeah,
is
Keen
there anything
Arnold.
interesting in that journal, or is that it?
Honestly, it's quite boring on how thorough it is. The only, like I said, the only thing of real interest is this X here. So I think we should note that and come back in 2 days.
Very well.
Maybe do a stakeout. See
Okay.
who comes by or if they go somewhere.
Yes, absolutely.
So
But Arnold then.
yeah, as you guys are kind of like going about this, we switch to outside, and two guards kind of pass by. Azza and Chadwick. Let's see. Insight 4. That's really low. Roll like performance to act casual.
Yeah, I can.
And you can get advantage as Chadwick is helping you to act casual. This is a really low bar, so you should be fine.
It's like Rochambeau and
You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
You get advantage.
I'm sorry, I forgot. Which key is for advantage?
This should be Alt.
Alt or Control?
Alt.
I forget this every time.
Yeah, it's fine. It's different on Beyond in this. Alright, 12. So like they kind of give you a eye and say, evening, friend's gone off, eh?
Yeah.
Very good. Carry on. And they...
Good evening, gentlemen.
You too. And they move on.
Yeah, we just look like some people who are just hanging out.
Just hanging out on a street corner in the nighttime.
It happens.
As one does.
Look at Chadwick. This is the only place we could get him to hang out.
Probably. He's out working them streets. Alright, so yeah, we go back to the inside, and yeah.
Keenorn would put the book back exactly where it was, kind of close. You know, the drawer or cabinet.
Yeah, so you kind of put everything back to how it was, and head back out of the office.
So are we done here then?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I will drop the silence that's on the that's on the door so that I can cast mending on it once we're
You
back through.
drop that, pull the door to, and cast mending. Alright, yeah, the spell goes off without a hitch. I don't believe you need to roll anything for it. So yeah, you see it kind of mend and knit itself back together. The split wood kind of just kind of reforms, and it looks perfectly fine. It was a very simple lock, so it was nothing crazily intricate. So yeah, mending is able to fix that quite easily.
Perfect.
If anything, you kind of just like, if the pin that goes through the frame of the door, you kind of just yanked it loose, so it kind of split the wood. Maybe the mechanism is a bit bent or kinked. So yeah, mending can easily take care of that.
King, would you send a message to Azza and ask when it's clear?
Is he back?
And then we can head out?
Yeah, he's back.
All right. Payne's gonna go ahead and cast message to Az and say, "There's so much blood. There's gore everywhere. Run for your life." You can reply to this message.
What do you do, Azza?
You need help? I'm coming.
I got a mop and a bucket.
Cast message again. I'll just fucking with you, Azza. We're coming on out. Is it clear?
Or is that a lie? Maybe he's under duress.
No, he's not.
Mm-hmm.
That asshole. All right, asshole. Yes, the last patrol just went by a few minutes ago.
Yeah, they went by. They've rounded the corner now. It's clear.
All right, we're clear to go. The patrol just passed.
Excellent. We'll, yeah, Kenoran will kind of like lift the window and let everyone crawl on out.
Yeah. Salam, you see, it'll probably be easier to probably shut the window and the shutters from the inside and then Misty step out if you're able to make it look as normal as possible.
Yeah, for sure. I can do that.
I
Alright?
could use Mage Hand too to help.
Oh, you
close
could
the
mage
shutters.
hand it. Fucking mage
Because I
hand.
just gotta see inside. I can Mage Hand.
Oh
everything.
yeah, if he can mage hand it, I'm not gonna waste a spell slot.
Yeah. I don't know, mage hands, maybe there's... no, it's just a cobbler. Maybe in some more high-end establishments they might have like anti-mage hands thievery things in place, but this is just a cobbler, so you could probably do that. But you probably know that like some high-end shops like a jeweler will probably have like anti-theft magics in place, like more sturdy locks, alarms, maybe even like an anti-mage hand thing, because yeah, that seems to be able to get past a lot of things. So someone would have created some sort of countermeasure surely for high-end shops. But yeah, this is just a cobbler, so you can do that. And you make your way outside, make it look perfectly normal, and then you are out on the streets again with Chadwick and Azza.
The guards here are fairly lax, but we shouldn't be sticking around for another pass. Let's head to a different street.
Yeah, as far as they're aware,
We
there's
should
no...
try to find an inn nearby, so that way we can keep eyes on.
Mostly trade, but you know, if there's businesses, there will be cafes, eateries, or taverns. So maybe not as prevalent here, but you could probably find somewhere nearby. But yeah, it's in 2 days' time, and yeah, it's heading on to nighttime now.
Are we gonna check out more businesses tonight, or do we want to call it good there, do some investigating tomorrow during the day, and then we can wait until 2 days from now to see what is going to happen? What do you guys think?
I believe that doing more further investigation tomorrow is our best bet.
Jeez, we're sticking around.
Yes, I
Alright.
think that's best if we wait till tomorrow. If we show up to another place of work and run into the same people, our faces will be recognized.
Very well.
And this way, it gives us time to consolidate and go over all of our findings more detailed in a timely manner.
Yeah, so you could go over stuff. For the appointment, the mark on the diary. So you have tomorrow completely open. The arrival of this appointment is the day after tomorrow, so 2 days time. Yeah.
Did it give a time?
Let me see. Somewhere around midday, I would say.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's midday. Yeah, midday. Alright. Where'd you go?
Do we head back for the evening then? Get some rest?
Find a tavern / inn.
I kind of wanted to, I keep hearing about this yawning portal. Perhaps we could go there for
It is
a
very
drink and then
close.
we could retire.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
I've heard it's
we
quite an
can stop
interesting
by.
place for adventurers.
Oh, sure, let us go.
I mean, yeah, you can... I haven't got the map prepared for the Yawning Portal on this campaign, but
Fine.
yeah. You head to the Yawning Portal. It's very busy. There's a number of guests. There's the patron, what's his face? I forgot his name. You know, the one with the mustache.
Forgot his name too.
Yeah.
Pimp named Slickback.
Slickback. Yeah, sure. That's not it, but yeah, let's go with that.
His
Slick
name
back.
is I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that one. So yeah, it's you're familiar with this place. It's a very vibrant place, filled with all sorts, and it's a definitely a draw to local and travelers from afar who are into the adventuring life, especially regarding the hole that is in the middle of the inn that descends into God knows what. There's rumors of a Xanthar's guild down there. It seems to go on for a while. Rumors of the Underdark, goblin societies, and just it
Goblin
just
societies. Don't be ridiculous.
it just goes on and on and on from there. Apparently, some crazy group has recently gone down into there as well, and they haven't been seen for some time, so they're just presumed dead.
Uh, Kane, would you maybe want to help me ask around if anyone knows of any like artists in town that are like well known? Maybe a little bit more on the eccentric side.
Oh, why, yes. I'll be happy to help.
I'm just gonna kind of start like making conversation with people and then asking,
Don't know.
do you know of any rather eccentric artists or collectors or anything like that?
Um, It'll probably be well known enough. Dernan is the owner of the establishment, and he's quite quiet, keeps to himself, but he's a seasoned adventurer, so you could probably approach him, maybe order something expensive off the menu, and he'll probably give you a tidbit of information, or you could just approach. You could do like a perception check and just like look for the most sketchy looking motherfucker in the joint and approach them.
I'll start with Dernan.
Yeah? So yeah, you approach him and order something fancy off the menu, and he nods and thanks for your patronage and says, "I haven't seen you around here. Seen your kind, but not specifically you. You new to town?"
Yes, indeed, me and my companions are. We are from Candlekeep. We are
Candlekeep.
the keeper's hands.
Oh, don't know about no hands, but I know about the keep. Font of knowledge, that one. Good stuff. Plenty to learn there.
We're sort of the official adventuring party of Candlekeep.
Oh yeah? Didn't know that was official business. Done a bit of work for them in the past. Receiving a tome, something like that. Good stuff, but yeah. Good connection to have. Good stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, on here on business.
This is quite a grand place you have here. I like it.
Yeah, it's a nice way to retire. I'm old. I've peaked, and now I'm living out my life comfortably.
Hole in the floor go to.
Downwards. Go down if you'd like. Yeah, tends to be a bit of a... all sorts. Goblins, snarks, grumpkins, creatures of the night, the Underdark. Tend to
Everything
make...
to say about it, true.
Yeah, probably. It goes on and on and on. We tend to make bets as if people come back up. Most people
come back
lose.
up?
The odd one does. Usually not the same though. They're a bit screwy when they come back. Seems that once you spend a bit of time down there, you tend to want to stay for some reason, or at least you're drawn to stay near it. And he kind of looks a bit hazy at that, and he kind of snaps back and says, "Yeah, go down at your own risk."
I think we're probably good for now, but I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, that would be a completely different campaign. We'd have to change for that.
I'd love to hear the tales of it.
It's still going on, so at this current moment, it's still going on according to the timeline, or it's kind of coming to its end. But yeah, group went down there not too long ago. I think they were enrolled in some sort of scandal. Maybe they were trying to get away. Not too sure. They were alright, but hey, adventurers.
Don't say.
So you're taking bets on if they'll return?
Oh, they've been gone a while, so they're probably dead or taken up residence. Maybe moved in with one of them goblin societies.
What are the odds on if they return then?
Yeah. I don't know how gambling works. 10 to 1, that's a phrase I've heard. 10 to 1.
Okay.
Is that good?
I'll put 50 gold on that.
Alright, I'll see how my other campaign goes. If they die, I don't know. We'll see.
They die.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if 10 to 1's good or not.
I mean, it would turn my 50 gold into 500, so I'll
Oh wow, that's really big. Alright.
It means that you don't
TPK.
expect them to succeed, though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It means that odds are that they are probably like dead or, like you said, you know. they're
Yeah, that
dead
sounds
or
about right.
captured
You let
or
your dungeon
whatever,
master know that it's a 10 to 1.
Yeah, they're
Salam
in
makes a
your
guest
favor.
appearance and finishes them off.
yeah. That would be good. But yeah, so yeah, you kind of go, so what business do you have here then? Just for drinks, or do you have something you're looking for, wanting to do?
Yeah, I was actually looking for an artist or a collector of sorts, more on the eccentric side, maybe a little out there, a little bit odd. Is there
Oh.
anybody like that around town?
Plenty of odd ones around here. Like Frederick over there. And you see Frederick kind of talking to a fetish doll on his own. He's a bit weird, but yeah, as I said, plenty of them around here. Adventurers, all sorts. Waterdeep, very, very diverse. Straight and narrow, crooked and insane. You'll find someone. I could put you in touch, or you could go talk to Frederick. It depends what kind of artist you're looking for. You're looking for the painting artist, the musical artist,
Somebody that deals with canvas.
canvas, so the painting artist. If you stick around, I could send a runner to kind of get in touch with someone.
Be great.
Yeah.
And my
But, you
friend,
know-
can we please handle this with the utmost discretion? And Kane's gonna slide him 3 gold pieces.
Well, that's a mighty fine gesture, but if the business is being conducted under my roof and I'm bringing the other side of the business dealings to you, then I expect a cut, a sizable cut. Let's say 20%.
I think 20% is a little steep. I've typically heard that a broker's fee or a manager's fee is closer to 10%.
Let's how about 15% then? You're
12
new
and a
here.
half.
15% is good. You're new here. You don't have the connections. I am well established and have the connections.
12 and a half and you have a deal.
Roll persuasion.
12 and a half is mighty reasonable.
Yeah, you can roll. One of you can roll with advantage if you're working together.
Go for it, Kane.
Go for it.
Oh my god.
13. Oh, 14%.
Okay.
Very good. Alright, stick around. I'll send one of the workers out and then they'll be here within the hour. In the meantime, take a seat, listen to the music, listen to some stories from the old insane people or the adventurers, and I'll let you know when they arrive.
Much obliged.
Okay, so yeah, you purchase a drink or ask for some tap water or whatever, and you sit down and wait. After a while, the door opens and a eccentric figure enters, has a moment with Duran, and then kind of approaches you. They are wearing a colourful assortment of garments. Their moustache is well groomed and wider than their shoulders. Their sideburns go all the way down to their knees, and they have a wild look in their eyes. And they sit down and say, "Hi. How's it going?"
Hello. It's going well. How are you?
"Great."
Durnan, do you perhaps maybe have a private room where we could speak in?
Den is like, yeah, let's say you're close enough. He says, "Yeah, out back, one of the fancy ones, but you know, if you want to be in there, you got to order from the fancy menu." And yeah, he says, "It's alright, I got it. How many are you?" "One, two, three, four, five, 6 wines, please."
I think it'll just be me and my associate Kane here.
"Okay, 3 wines, please, off the special menu."
I should have been a part of this.
We'll be right back, guys.
So Duran hands you a key, and the guy takes it and leads the way. And you settle into a private room, and then Duran brings you some wines that have a particular off, noxious smell to it. This isn't normal wine. It's got some bite to it, and you could chew on it if you wanted, or kind of just suck it down. This is a
Nice.
weird ass drink.
Okay.
You kind
I'll
of
probably have like a sip and then be like, "Oh, okay."
It's
And then just
incredibly
let it-
sour and bitty, but it doesn't seem to be poisonous. You kind of get the feeling that if you drank the whole thing, you would probably be pretty wasted or tripping in some way.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see him kind of suck it down and start chewing on it, and then he kind of gulps it down. Says,
Oh, this is quite the interesting drink.
yeah. So yeah,
So, I am to understand that you are an artist of some sort and you deal with canvas.
yeah, I draw pictures of my
Great.
visions.
Oh, perfect. We have some interesting canvases and some pigments that you might be interested in.
Yeah, what you got?
Very, very rare, pristine condition.
Yeah,
Would you care to see them?
let me have a look.
And I will take out the human skin canvases and the noxious pigments.
Okay, let me see. Let me find the notes for these things.
Not sure we should be encouraging this behavior.
Okay, so you take him out. He says, "Can I look with my eyes or my hands?"
As long as your hands are clean and you're not going to mark them up, you can look with your hands.
He kind of looks down. He has worn hands, but he kind of wipes them on his front, and they look clean enough.
Okay.
Is this okay? He kind of
He's
grabs.
gonna look at his hands really good. No, we don't want you damaging anything good. So handle it.
I got a
delicately,
soft
please.
touch.
I bet you do.
So he grabs one of the canvases and touches it, and he kind of sniffs it. He kind of goes to taste it. You're gonna say, this ain't normal paper.
No, it's not.
Ah. You're one of
Need all
those
the
types, eh?
pigmentations.
Oh yeah? He kinda,
Are you one that believes in the origin of something gives it more value?
what? I don't know. I'm more interested in the result.
Right, but if you could make a masterpiece with something that contains legend, that would make your masterful work even more magnificent and stand out and dwarf any other competitors.
And these pigments and canvas do have power innately in them.
Ah, interesting. Maybe I can do a grand vision. The end of the world. The coming of the gods of destruction. Yes,
It would certainly be something.
yes. One day you're drawing a house on a prairie. The next, the death and destruction of all around.
Is that
Exactly.
something? Yeah.
That's something that you can't just create with common canvas or meager pigments. You need the best. You need something that instills the essence of what you were trying to create.
Yeah, that's true, but yeah, this skin canvas. What's to say I just get myself a person and take the skin? Then I have my own skin canvas.
Ah, you see, that is where you will fall short because this is canvas created by a covenant of hags from the Fae with
Oh,
so many years and skills in this masterful craftsmanship that to mimic it would be utterly disgraceful.
Plus, you don't want to be, found for murder.
yeah, that didn't go so well last time. Had to
Yeah, see?
leave. Okay.
Exactly.
Much simpler to purchase these ones from us and
Yeah.
then make your masterpiece of the end of the world.
We are giving you the means minus the mess.
That's pretty good. Yeah, yeah. What are you
Plus,
looking for?
to come up with 3 canvases like this that are unblemished, you would actually have to kill 3 people, and that's a lot of work.
What if I got a really fat guy? A lot of skin on that one.
You don't want a fat person because the skin isn't the same quality.
Exactly. Sometimes
you need someone lean.
You got to deal with stretch marks. Sometimes the skin color is disoriented.
That
it takes a lot of work. Sometimes they don't have suntans evenly throughout their body.
Yeah, you gotta
You don't even have beautiful
moisturize.
bronze skin and then
Yeah.
white as ghost, stomach.
Yeah, it puts the lotion on the skin.
Exactly.
Okay. What are you looking for price-wise?
Can you afford?
I got some coin. I got some gems. I could probably go for like 500 golds.
Plus
Mix-
some gems?
A mixture of gold and gems totaling around 500.
I look at Kane.
That's for the 3 canvases and paints.
Yes.
Alright.
Kane, could you just give me a moment to confer with my companion here?
Okay.
Yeah, so
And he starts
Salam.
sucking down that wine.
I'll do all this through message so he
Okay.
can't hear us. So Salam, what are you thinking? How much?
I was honestly, before he said anything, I was thinking 500 gold, so... I don't know how much this stuff is worth, but 500 seems, like, good. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think we could get more?
Well, let's ask for 600, so that way we could break even and then give Dernan his cut.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
So my client would, with the rarity of these items, obviously you can understand. We believe the 600 will be more reasonable.
600? Roll persuasion on that.
Advantage or no?
We've
both been talking this
like
whole time.
what you say to like add the cherry on top? Like what you guys pitch to this guy?
Well, surely, exquisite skin canvases and pigments as rare as this are surely worth another 100 gold. after all, we do have, we do have fees that we have to pay to the one who brokered this. So
Oh, yeah,
it's
Plus, you
Duran.
don't
fair.
you don't have to worry about law coming after you either.
That's true. Duran, he wants his cut. Daddy needs a taste. Okay. Roll persuasion with advantage. Alright. That
There you
seems amenable. I think I got enough in here. And he starts pulling out just sacks of stuff from these pockets that are sewn into him. And let's say you get kind of 500 in coinage, so a mixture of light silver, gold, some coppers, and then the rest of it is in just varying gems. So not like diamonds, but different kind of gemstones. So yeah, you get 700 in total. Was it 600, not 700. 600 in total. So 500 in coinage, and then another 100 in gems. No diamonds,
And then-
but gems.
Minus 14% for the owner,
Which
which is
is
84.
84. Yeah.
So you can take that out of the coinage.
Okay. So 416 gold and 100 gold pieces in gems.
It was a pleasure doing business with you. And if we happen to come by any more unique and quality items, perhaps you can reach out more directly.
Yeah, here's my business card. And he hands you like a scrap of paper with a bloody thumbprint on it.
Kane will mage hand that shit.
Yeah.
Kane will like hold his jacket open to a little pocket inside, use mage hand to put it in.
Yeah. You like pockets
don't
on your
believe in-
jacket too.
In case we come across any more interesting items such as this that you might be interested in, what is your name and where can we find you?
My name? I can't remember. Duran knows
Oh.
me though.
Okay, I guess we'll have to go through Durnan then.
Yeah. What was my name again? I can't remember.
We don't know.
What?
But that's okay.
We'll
Don't
codename
worry
you
about it.
Mr. Paints.
Mr. Paints. That's probably it, yeah. Mr. Paints. I paint on the skins.
Kane will kind of lead him out and tell Salam to just wait back a little bit.
Okay.
And then once he's like out of earshot, Kane's gonna turn around to Salam. What the hell did you just get me into?
I don't know.
Alright, so you made a connection with Mr. Paints through Duran.
I mean, we had to sell those things sooner or later. I didn't want to keep carrying them around in case we got arrested for something, and then I've got skin canvases on me.
No, that I understand completely. 100%. I've been in my fair share of shady deals, but this one takes the cake.
Could have been a sting.
Yeah, I did not expect the guy to be literally crazy.
You could. You
Or
didn't
his
ask him if he's a
fingernails.
policeman. They have to tell you if they are.
All his fingernails were different colors.
Yeah, let's go with that. That's true.
Hmm.
And one of
I
them
did
was
notice
real
that.
long.
That was strange.
Yeah,
He
one of
had
his.
a coke nail.
Yeah, he had a coke now.
Well, let us make sure that we give the owner his due share.
Yeah, let's go give him his 84 and then split between the four of us. That's 129 gold each. So not a bad little sum for all of us.
Yeah, I'll believe the math's right. So yeah, let's go with that. Alright, so yeah, you give the cut to Duran. He kind of nods and then kind of slides over a couple of drinks and says, this one's on the house. And yeah.
Much appreciated.
And you kind of see Mr. Paints kind of stumble out. And he kind of just clambers out a window, not using the door. And he just disappears into the night.
Oh my god.
Mr. Paints.
I'm gonna wait until we're like back at the rooms to hand out the gold because I don't want to be flashing, 500 gold in front of everyone in here.
That's fair.
Oh, and Salam, when we are dealing with the characters of the shady variant, please don't introduce me as Kane. Just simply Kid.
Okay.
Much obliged.
Did I introduce you?
Yes, you did.
I didn't think I introduced you.
Yeah.
Yes, you said
You
this
said
is my
Kane,
associate
gave his
Kane.
social security
Oh, shit.
number, all of that
Okay,
stuff.
my bad.
This is his address.
It's
Yeah.
all right. I understand. Perhaps you're not familiar with these type of dealings, but code names is usually the best way to go about.
All right.
That guy probably doesn't remember anyway.
I would like. It's usually the ones that are the sketchiest that will surprise you the most.
I mean, he didn't even remember his own name.
Yeah, but
I get your point, though. In the future, this is really my first kind of, dealing like this, so.
no, completely understandable. And you did magnificent, by the way. You were stern and assertive. You didn't back down, and you knew exactly what you wanted. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate your help with that as well. I think I would have been a little bit lost without you.
Oh, I think you would have did fine, but it was my pleasure to help out.
Okay, so you guys maybe stay for some revelries or whatnot, and then head back to the accommodations at the was it the Weavers Guild?
I think so.
Yeah.
Keener, and it was the Weavers Guild, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you head
Yeah.
back there once you're done. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you head back there and you get your accommodation, and Salam, you distribute the coinage.
Yeah, I hand out 129 gold to Kane already has his share, so I give 129 to Keener and 129 to Azza.
Chadwick kind of just looks up expectantly. And then he kind of just looks very crestfallen when you just walk past him.
Blissfully ignorant of where this money came from.
Yeah, you guys didn't really know that we were about to go sell them, did you?
They didn't even know that we had them.
They just saw you go into a back room with a sus individual. And now you have like a bunch of gold.
Well,
I'll give
I'm gonna
Chadwick.
talk to Kenoran about. I think those two are bad influences on each other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like where this is going.
You give Chadwick something.
Did you see that person? They had a different colored fingernail.
I'll give Chadwick 14 gold.
Wow, that's quite a lot.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll
if
manage
if you want to, I mean, he's like an NPC. Just like I'm just
That's
fucking
fine.
I'm just fucking with you guys. But yeah, sure. He kind of looks very surprised, but he's like, yeah,
I
thank
will give
you.
him 12.
12.
You've been quite helpful, Chadwick. It's only fair that you get a little cut of what we're doing as well.
Chadwick will remember that.
Yeah, he's gonna want it more next time.
Daddy gets a taste. All right. So yeah, you.
Mouse a cookie.
So you guys turn in for the night, take a long rest.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you turn in for the night. It's pretty standard accommodation. Nothing too fancy. You get breakfast in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, but you still have your inspiration from the House of the Moon. That's not going to expire until you use it. So yeah, you wake up in the morning, you get a very simple porridgey breakfast, and yeah, you have the day to yourselves. You know that the event is not until tomorrow, so you have the whole day to do what you will.
By the gods, Kenoran, couldn't you have taken us to a cookier's guild? This is real slop.
I mean, it's not bad.
Porridge.
Yes, well, when I went to sign up for my guild membership, I was currently in my weaving phase, so that's what I went with.
I tend not to complain about free room and board.
Mm.
It's not that expensive around here.
Well, you know, the market's not too far. You could go get yourself a pierogi or whatever it was. Was it a pierogi?
It was.
Yeah. You could go find a local pierogi store. Yeah, yeah, Keenerin, do you make any delights? I believe Salam was asking
he'll...
after an eclair last time.
Ooh. Yeah, if he's got time during the day, he'll make some eclairs for everyone. They might not be like the special eclairs, like the special treats, but and for that he'll probably just maybe take some like spices or something out of his pack and spruce up the porridge for Kane, Salam, and Azza, so that they get their temporary hit points.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're a baker, so you rise earlier than others, and you kind of find the kitchens and kind of find what would be sent your way, and you kind of add to it, and then everyone
How
gets.
many temp HP?
Yeah, everyone gets the
I
10
believe it's 3.
points. 3?
Okay, cool.
Alright.
Proficiency bonus.
Gotcha.
So everyone gets 3 temporary hit points, and so yeah, the porridge tastes better than you expect. Thanks to Keenerin.
Yeah. And when you all finish up with breakfast, I made eclairs for you all.
Wow.
Salam did request it, so...
Thank you. I didn't expect it so soon.
Yeah,
well,
nice.
you know me, always up.
Cream-filled eclair with a healthy layer of chocolate on the top, I presume.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Whatever the equivalent of, what do they call that? Boston cream or whatever.
Peruvian cream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
Akron's like, what is this American shit?
I'm sure it's no Devonshire cream or clotted cream or whatever.
Oh no.
Alright, so what's the agenda
this is
for
quite
today?
Fantastic, Keenerin. Thank you.
Of course. Please, if there's anything you guys, if you have any requests, please let me know, and I'll do my best to procure the necessary ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. So what are we doing today? Are we gonna go visit some of those places of business during daytime, or do we not want to show our faces there before the thing goes down tomorrow?
Mm.
Do we just kind of take a day off? Because I don't necessarily want to go to Greenfast first either. I think we should wait to do stuff until after tomorrow when we figure out what this special meeting with the X or whatever is. But what do you guys think?
So
If you have the time, you can pursue your goal of looking for a new blacksmith.
yeah, so I was gonna say you can go try and do a face appearance at one of the establishments and get more information, or you could use the entire day for kind of downtime activities.
Yeah, let's try to get a new blacksmith.
Okay.
The other guy's a dick pickle.
Typical. Okay. Is everyone going to be doing that?
Yeah, Keenerin will follow everyone.
I'm not very interested, but I have literally nothing else in mind.
I mean, there's a lot in Waterdeep.
Yeah, I just don't
I'm sure
know
you
what
can
it
find
is.
something.
Comes up, it comes up.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could probably get in touch with someone, maybe go to Glitter, kind of see if you could get a connection to maybe a blacksmith or apprentice blacksmith that's looking to kind of start their own business. Or you could use a connection to get.
We could find a master willing to work at such a prestigious institution that is Candlekeep.
Most master blacksmiths will either be teaching or have their own business here already. It would take a lot of persuasion for them to kind of uproot and leave
Well,
Waterdeep.
what
Not
I
like
was
we
kind of
don't have
thinking
that.
was what I was kind of thinking was find like a master blacksmith because they're going to have apprentices
Mm-hmm.
and convince them to open up another blacksmith under their banner. So like they would be the owner, but then they would kind of give it to like their strongest apprentice to like
Mm.
run it.
Like a
type
chain,
thing.
like
Yeah,
a franchise.
exactly.
We're
That's what I,
franchising out.
that's what I was thinking we would do.
Mm.
I thought that
So-
might be the
and
best way
gains.
because the master would obviously have the money for the startup costs and everything like that, whereas an apprentice it would be kind of hard. I feel like. Plus, it would lend prestige, using the master's name and everything like that, and I think it would help us get the blacksmith set up in Candlekeep. So
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
Could an apprentice close to being a journeyman really compete with? I don't know. Do we have any reason to believe that they could outcompete with the current market? He's a bit of a scumbag, but have we ever had any reasons to believe that his work is not good?
His work is perfectly good. He's likely to be a master himself. He's just a bit tight-fisted, I guess.
I think we need someone that can compete.
Well, if we find the most talented apprentice that a master has,
Still an
I'm
apprentice.
sure that. Well, maybe there's just still an apprentice because they can't afford to go out on their own yet.
Yeah.
They could easily have the skill to be a master themselves, though.
Well, you can get in touch with Glitter, and he can put out feelers to the blacksmithing guild, or whichever guild it would be. And you can probably find someone along those lines and set up a meeting with them.
Okay.
So yeah, it probably takes a while, so it's probably towards the end of the day that Glitter is able to find and set up the meeting, or maybe let's say he kind of arranges a meeting for midday, mid-afternoon even, and yeah, you kind of find someone, and they.
So is there anything anybody wants to do before we get this meeting then, since we have kind of the whole day?
Yeah, so you could do some other activities if you wanted.
Buy some more herbs and spices for Kinoran. For
Yeah.
his cooking.
I mean, that could be easily done at the market.
Asa, you want to see around if armor or bows or anything like that?
Yeah, you've got a bit of coinage now.
I'm saving up for adamantine, but I should think about it.
Well, we could always check and maybe maybe run into like magical chainmail or something. Who knows?
It would be dreadfully expensive, I imagine. Would be helpful. What is the cost?
Yeah, you probably need a decent amount of time to get something magical.
Yep. Splint is the best I can afford, and it's +1 to AC from what I've already got. It would certainly be cheaper than magical chainmail, which would be the same. A chainmail +1 would be the same as a splint.
I mean, yeah, buying a magic item for Xanthar requires at least 1 work week and 100 GP in expenses according to this. That might be lowered a little bit if you used some guild connections, but still, yeah, just a day would be quite difficult. Maybe.
It'd be much better to buy splint, but I think I'll wait for a knight to come piss us off, and I'll take his plate.
Oh,
Very
wow.
well.
Okay.
Ah, what a lovely suit of plate mail you have there. It'd be a shame if you were to piss us off.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, you just do general shopping, general carousing, or whatever.
I wish I could shop for stuff, but I'm saving for plate mail, so.
Fair enough.
halfway there.
Mm-hmm.
We are the poorest level 7s ever.
So yeah, you
The
do.
Hag adventure certainly wasn't very profitable.
So yeah, you eventually meet up with this potential business partner, blacksmith person that would set up, and yeah, what's your pitch to them?
Hello, how are you?
And I'll just put a yeah, I don't know yet. I'm fine. You're looking to do business. I'll come up with a character at some point if this goes well.
Yes, so we are actually representatives from Candlekeep.
Yeah, they'll probably have heard of Candlekeep.
And I'll be um I'll be honest with you. We've been having some issues with the blacksmith there. So we were looking to get somebody else set up.
Uh-huh.
We are the right hand people for the leader of Candlekeep, so we could easily get you a lease set up for a building there. We were wondering if you would have any interest in perhaps branching out a little. You wouldn't necessarily have to spend much time there, but if you have an apprentice or two that are particularly talented that you think are maybe ready to go off on their own, perhaps they could run it under your banner, and you just kind of lend your name to it. And obviously, you could stop by whenever you want; it's your business. But just it could be an interesting opportunity for you to expand and make some more coin and get your name out there to more people.
And we can also offer you great position of your storefront, so that way people who come in and out of Candlekeep can see it. Think about it. People from all over the lands will be able to know about your craftsmanship, your work. A testament to your expertise.
I've been looking to expand and make a name for myself, but setting up a new business is costly, and if there's already a smithy there, it would be difficult. It's quite far, I believe, to Candlekeep. What would
It's a
the...
little ways.
Yeah.
I'm sure that we could have Candlekeep work with you on the costs of the lease. Like I said, we are the right hand people for the leader of the entire keep.
Is that a guarantee?
I mean, I can't guarantee an exact price. These are beginning talks. But if it's something you're interested in, we could absolutely loop in the keeper and see what
I
kind
am.
of
Yes,
final costs you would be able to do.
I am
Would
interested.
Kinorin know?
Kinorin knows that there are businesses that will have a lease there, but yeah, there seems to be one for each kind of like area of the market. There doesn't seem to be anything competitive going on.
Tell me, is there anything like special that you make, or anything that makes you kind of stand out amongst other blacksmiths?
As of elvish descent, I do focus more on elvish craft work, but yes, establishing a business would be good, but there is the leasing, the transportation of supplies, the setting up the shop, hiring, wages. There's an awful lot to consider.
Perhaps you would be interested in a business partner that could maybe help with some of the startup costs then.
Perhaps if there are investors, that would make it easier.
Do you know roughly what it would cost you to set up a to set up a new shop? Like when you set up this shop, how much did it cost you to get this one set up?
A lot.
You can look it up after the session.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Yeah, let me see if I can find something quickly now. Ivy cost of setting up a business. Have any of you guys done anything of that? Stronghold stuff. Outpost, a fort, a temple. Starting a business in 5e. It's probably going to be a ridiculous amount of money.
Probably in the DMG.
Yeah, I'll have a look. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to consider. Yeah. So it's going to be costly if you guys are willing to invest or have Glitter invest or have someone else invest. That would make it more likely to happen. But yeah, so you'd need to do a persuasion. It is very appealing at the moment, and you have been working together, so there'll be persuasion with advantage. It's a big ask, so let's. If you guys are willing to invest somewhat in it, that can be lowered.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what kind of costs we're looking at, so we'll kind of have to figure that out later, probably.
Yeah. With potential investment, we could do like a DC 14 persuasion, maybe.
Would you consider it a trading post?
A trading post? Yeah. Like what's the trading post?
Well, the trading post normally has like more than one.
Even a guild hall sounds rather big, just for one.
Yeah, trading post is like 5,000 GP.
What if we did?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the trading post would have multiple like stalls or whatever.
Yeah, but a blacksmith is kind of like setting up a lot of specialized equipment, so it might be similar, or maybe a bit less.
I would think a trading post would have a small forge, but
I would think so too.
So maybe like to set up like the materials, let's say like I don't know, 2,000 to 3,000 depending on the extent of it. If you're wanting it to create magical items, then definitely it'll be more costly. But that's kind of like construction.
Well, that's something we could upgrade later, though. Right?
This is getting very complicated. But yeah, so I mean, it could be cheaper to start off, and then it could upgrade eventually. But yeah, so at least like 2,000, 2,500 to set it up. So I mean, if you give them some kind of like setup investments that would return at some point, that would be more likely to exceed that would bring it down to like a DC 12 persuasion check, I would say.
I can give 300 GP.
I could do 400. Would the other two of you be able to come up with 300 between you so that we could do 1,000?
Chadwick could contribute. He's a team player, and you kind of gave him some money.
What, 28 gold?
Chadwick can contribute somewhat. Like, what are you looking to get overall? So,
1,000.
300 from Kane and Salam. What was that?
400 from me. So we just need another 300 between Chadwick, Keenerin, and Azza.
And Azza was 28, was it?
No. Chad. No.
Oh no, Azza. Sorry. How much is Azza able to contribute?
He is able to contribute for 300. I don't know how willing he is, though.
What about Keenerin?
So Keenerin has a little less than 150. He basically has what Salam just gave him. So I mean, he could put whatever was given back So what was that?
I mean, Kieran should have been working at the keep for a while, so maybe you have some savings.
I
So-
believe I use that for the sickle.
Oh right, yeah, that's true. Yeah. How much did you give Chadwick?
Like 26 gold total.
Let's say Chadwick gives 100, because he has money for some reason.
Keener can do 131.
Just do.
Are we getting any stakes in this? Is this
You'll
gonna be
get
profitable
a
for us?
return
Yeah,
on your
absolutely.
investment.
We wouldn't be doing it unless we were going to get something in return.
So
I mean, I
you'll
think
get
you
a
were doing it
return.
to spite the dwarf.
That is part of
That
it.
was originally the reason, but now it's looking like it could be a lucrative business opportunity.
Yeah, so you'll definitely get your money back. I presume you'd get a long-term discount, that kind of thing as well. We'd need to hash that out.
Yeah.
No.
I
I
mean,
don't know how much business Candlekeep gets with its toll to get in.
if Chadwick can do 100, Keenerin can do 100, then as you would only have to do 100, and we would have 1,000.
Fine.
All right, so
Super
with
uninterested in all this.
a down, so you'll get that back for sure. Yeah, so with the down payment of 1,000, so that is definitely a hefty investment. The kind of promise that it is gonna work. Yeah, so yeah, they will definitely be able to agree to that. So we'll work it out. You'll definitely get what you put in back. You might get a bit more back, and you'll probably have a kind of founding members discount kind of dealio. So it will take a while to send supplies, kind of talk and set things up, and then
Yeah, we still have to talk to like the keeper and get all the logistics and everything set up. So,
So
it's
this
not gonna happen overnight.
Yeah, this guy is in agreement. He's not going to take the money from you now. He will. It's kind of like a written contract saying if everything is agreed and they're able to get a place there, they will agree to set up business with your investments and have you as founding investors. Yeah,
And if
can-
it's official guild business, can we get griffins to help transport stuff to make it easier?
I don't know about that.
It might piss off the current business if his landlord is literally helping ruin his business.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe not
What he
really.
gets for
that.
being a dick.
Oh,
Yeah, this is kind of like a personal business venture, so the keeper probably won't really provide free transportation for you guys to ferry this guy's entire business over, or enough to start up the business. There might already be like a building that would act as the accommodations that you would just need to outfit to be a smithy.
we'll just kick out those Ogma cultists. They don't need that place.
Or you could just murder the guy who's currently the smith there, and then
How
there'll
come
be an
no one here is a
opportunity.
degenerate? How come no one here is a degenerate just willing to murder the man?
Yeah.
I mean, I would not be opposed to it.
Wow, you really don't like it. Alright.
That pissed me off.
Okay, well, maybe you
Especially after seeing how much he gave Azza for his fucking 10-year-old worn shit, and he couldn't even give me. He gave me less for my platinum
Good care of
filigree
that.
stuff.
can. Yeah, that was pretty messed up. So yeah, maybe you can arrange an accident for him. Who knows? But yeah, so it looks like you have the potential for a future business there, definitely. Good. So yeah, let's say you're in talks for quite a while. You'll need to come up with a store name, and yeah, Keenerin can definitely help make some banners and such. But yeah, so yeah, let's say that's taken the better part of the day. So it's towards the evening. You can just retire for the evening. Even Kane
I
could
was gonna
probably
say,
go on his date or something.
Yeah, can we do that?
Okay.
on our out and about, Kinar would be like in the market for just a bit of like soft clay.
Yeah, that's probably
Okay.
very easily obtained. I'm not sure how
Yeah,
much that would
like
be. I don't know. It's probably however many coppers per kilogram. I don't know.
how's it gold? Get like some like maybe
Yeah,
nicer quality.
you get some top quality clay. Good
Yeah.
good hunk about of clay there. Yeah, you find the local clay salesman, and Kane gets all spruced up, cleans himself up, and goes out on a date. Where do you take uh, the maid on your dinner date? Good old Arnulf.
Someplace kind of respectable.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much, not too little, you know.
Yeah, so pretty standard. You take them out, and it's a very nice evening. They put effort into their appearance. They're not wearing their maid outfit, and unless that's what you wanted, I don't know.
That's definitely.
Wait, let me make a persuasion check.
To do what?
To
Try
get some.
to get that maid outfit.
I mean, like when you call upon them, they're like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting you so soon," so they're still in their work attire. They say, "Oh, give me a couple of hours to finish my work, and then I can come out." But yeah, if you could ask them to stay in their maid outfit if you wanted.
No, okay, we'll let her change. He'll come with
Okay.
flowers too.
Oh wow, flowers. She loves that. So yeah, she finishes her work, gets ready, and then meets you for a fine evening of wining, dining, and good, straight and narrow fun.
He'll also put the rumor out there that he's opening a blacksmith in Candlekeep
Okay.
to spread the word. Because
So
she
you-
got a little connection.
You just loudly talk about it or ask her to kind of put the word out. Yeah, sure.
Well,
If
discreetly, you know.
if someone wants to travel all the way to Candlekeep to get some blacksmithing work done in the near future, yeah.
Gotta spread out the brand
Mhm.
name, even though we don't have one yet.
Yeah. So yeah, roll a general charisma check to see how the evening goes.
Ooh, Kane's not getting laid tonight.
No. Yeah, maybe she.
Inspiration!
I don't know. Maybe it seems to be going well, and then let's say you used inspiration.
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right. I was about to say like halfway through dinner you realize you have something stuck in your teeth, but I guess you use inspiration and it goes really well. So it looks like you're losing her at one point, but then you kind of like switch topics and start talking about the daring and really dangerous deeds that you've been through. So you kind of suss out that she's a bit of a freak and really likes the idea of danger and vicariously living through your adventuring things. And yeah, it goes really, really well. And it goes as well and as far as you wish. Yes. So yeah, while Kane is on his dinner date, does everyone just have a chill evening at a local tavern or just retire for the evening?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's
Salam
what
would
Kane-
probably go back to the the House of the Moon,
Mm.
and just kind of talk with the other
Mm.
priests or acolytes or
Mm.
whatever, and just kind of spend some time there, not doing anything in
Yeah.
particular, but just
Yeah, so there's probably
being around other people that
whispers.
have the same beliefs of him.
Yeah, you do that. There's probably whispers and rumors that about who you are and what you're doing. Maybe the odd priest or acolyte kind of tries to confirm that, but yeah, you seem to already have made somewhat of a name for yourself there. Yeah, good. So yeah, that goes nicely. Keenerin, Azza, Chadwick, what are you guys doing?
Kino would probably, take it easy for the night. Maybe
Sorry,
drink a little
nothing comes
bit.
to mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys just chill out. And then Kane casts silence. Okay. Alright to that. But yeah, so Kane, you come back at some point and basically everyone has a long rest again. And then we come to the dawn of the day where there's the X on the diary, X on the day of the in the diary that you found. So yeah, that's set for midday. So yeah, we'll pick up with that next time because it's getting getting on, I believe. So yeah, we'll pick up with that next week on Tuesday, same time, 8 p.m. BST. So yeah, we'll continue with the investigation into the businesses regarding this date that is set in a diary you found. So yeah, a lot of more sleuthing done today. But yeah, you seem to be honing in on something there. So yeah, very good, very good. Yeah. So yeah, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. BST for this, and then on Sundays, my Waterdeep Dragon Dungeon of the Mad Mage campaign at the same time on Sundays. Now on Thursdays, I believe we're good for Hawk's campaign. Do you want to tell us?
Yeah. Any issues for this Thursday, guys?
Yeah, it should be good to go.
No issues.
Good.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right, yeah. So this Thursday we will be going back to Icewind Dale. I'm currently in the final chapter of the game. Yes. So that's over at twitch.tv/Hawkinsbrocken. And that's 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern.
Wicked. Anyone else got anything going on?
No,
Nothing
just
this week.
thank you for DMing and thanks everyone else for playing. That was fun.
Good stuff.
I'd like to
Excellent.
apologize to Azza because I know that probably wasn't a very thrilling session for you. You guys sit around a lot, so I'm sorry.
Oh. Thank you for thinking of me, but I knew what I was getting into.
We got some action coming next week for sure this time. Probably.
Some action would be nice.
And we've got Swell Daddy with a noodle on his head there. Is that some gum or something that she's put on your
Yeah.
head? That's nice.
No, this is just a string thing.
A hot
She's
noodle.
gum in her mouth though,
Alright. Good stuff.
and glitter everywhere. Alright, I'm gonna head out of here so we can go eat.
Alright,
Alright,
sounds
later,
good. Oh, did you get those ribs?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I'm
Oh,
going to though. This week we're doing it because she's been harassing me.
get them ribs. Alright, yeah, thanks for playing, guys. Hopefully we'll have a bit more action next week, but yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Drop a follow, join the Discord, follow everyone who shouted at their channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much, and take care and have a good rest of your week. Bye-bye.
Hey.
Bye.